Keep a little dirt under my pillow for the dirt man, in case he comes to town. Keep a little dirt under my pillow for the dirt man, so he don't drag me down to his lair deep under the mountain, underground, where he keeps his dirt. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in to this lovely Analysis Thursday. Welcome in Nicholson Morrow, Mothman Center, Tiny Devil Games, and Falcam. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for the follow, Falcam. Appreciate you. How are you today? Do I remember you, Falcam? The name seems familiar. I remember. I hate the fact that I know that song. No, you love that you know that song because the man's a comedic genius. Oh man, he's one of my new discoveries on YouTube, and I just adore him. Nothing could be better. Hey, I'm tired. I've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Let's do an analysis stream, because the idea of programming in front of everyone, solving logic puzzles while trying to entertain, sounds daunting to me right now. So we're gonna play some games and talk about them. Thank you, Mothman. Cubist Dev, hello. Good to see ya. How are you, Steve? Good to see ya. Yeah, I wanna do some analysis today. I added a couple of new channel point redemptions as well, on that note. And, yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. So I thought it would be kind of fun to, like, take a look at some of the design principles in our Universal Principles of Design book, talk about what they are, refresh our memories, and then dive into some games, and maybe try and finish Chill Seekers as well. And see, like, can we spot these design principles at work? Can we find them making a difference in the things that we play, right? So, closure, I think, is a really interesting one, especially for puzzles. A tendency to perceive a set of individual elements as a single recognizable pattern rather than multiple individual elements. And by the way, how's everyone doing? How are we today? It's so hard to just remember to do that. Sometimes. Mothman, we'll do that. We'll analyze a random game in the Steam library. How are we all doing? How are our projects? How's everything going? Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna return to search. Single. Yes. Aha, okay. We want single. Somehow I clicked on the icon the other day. Before starting the stream. Okay, Teleglitch, Die More Edition. We're gonna go ahead and download that. And while it is dying straight onto my computer, we're gonna go ahead and play some Chill Seekers, because I promised Lime Blossom I would get to the rest of this, and I have not. So let's get this set up. Try and get through the last of these levels. Come on, there we go. And then we're going to nuke our Chill Hops. And we're gonna try and make it through the rest of these levels here. Right, this is where we left off. Ugh. Deeply difficult. Okay. So. So, in case you don't know this, this is a game we were playing on Saturday for Lime Blossom, and we got all the way up to World 6, which is the last level. It is an adorable little puzzle game where you're trying to get the penguins to go into the water. And you have to do that by sliding them off of ice into the water. Meanwhile, seals are trying to eat them. So if I put a fish to lure the animals. I can lure the seal down to there. Then I can lure the seal over to here, but then he'll see the penguin and he'll eat him. Nom, 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 nom. So we're trying to get these adorable little penguins into this water. Now we can stack them by luring them with fishes on top of each other. But what we really need is the ability to, see, this is tricky. And if you have one penguin get eaten, you lose. One penguin loses the level, so you have to just restart. It's a very cute and dastardly puzzle game. I don't know how far we're gonna make it. I'm gonna work hard. I believe in us. We're gonna do it. Okay. And if we don't, I'm gonna start singing satirical comedy songs all day long. So, here's my struggle. There are very few places I can do anything. Because if we do this, right, this is a good setup, but then we can't slide this guy over at all. We need, like, the seal to be stuck in the middle. And I can't figure out how to do that. We need to stick the seal right there. But I don't think we can do that, because if the seal is getting stuck right there, it means it's running up against a penguin. And if it's running up against a penguin, it's gonna eat the penguin. Yes, Queen Anne, yeah. So we're doing a chill analysis stream because I had to deal with government stuff today, so I'm tired. So we're trying to wrap this up. After this, we're going to play Teleglitch Die More Edition because Mothman Centaur redeemed the Analyze a random game in my library. And we're gonna get to it. So that was the random game that was picked. So this is the trick. We need the seal right there. We can't get the seal right there. So, what do we do? Is this an ordering thing? Like, can I? Ow! Is it like what I'm trying to figure out is it possible to queue up actions so that the seal is wandering around, and then no, it won't let me place things while he's wandering around. Tricky. Can you place a fish on the seal? Wait, oh, darn it. No, you can't place a fish on the seal, but that is brilliant. That would have been very, very clever. And I think that should be a mechanic in the game, Lime Blossom. Why would I eat the penguin? Well, you don't eat the penguin. Why are you eating the penguin, Tom? Penguins don't got no meat on them bones. You think you see it, Queen Anne? Still haven't got the watching your stream on a piece of food working yet, as I'm missing a micro SD card. I can't wait to see it, Finn. Can't wait for it. Hope you're doing well. Because, like, if we do this, then that allows us to kind of reverse the direction that the penguins naturally want to walk in, which is, like, interesting, but I don't know what that, like, does for us other than, look, we're walking in a different direction. Like, yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there a way we can lure things across sequentially, right? I mean, this is just going to be a repeat. We're in the same situation. Can seals climb? Yes, seals can climb. The seal can climb the steps. So, like, if I do this, and then I sail him away, and then escape, the seal can go up. Oh! Oh. Yeah, I think that's the solution. We got to figure out the right sequence of events to like get him in there without eating penguin. But I think that's correct. So if we like do this and then drag you off. Oh no, darn it. Shoot. Undo. Now we lure him over here, and then the seal can jump down. Ooh, but this is a problem. Yeah, because he's going to eat him. But I think we're getting closer. I think we're getting closer. This is nearly the solution. I'm feeling it. Okay. Let's reset this. I think we're on the right idea here. Stack, move over, move, move. Darn it. Yeah, that's the problem is we need this to we need to be able to park him here. Why aren't you going to pick up that fish? Is that a bug? We have run into a few of those. You should be running off and grabbing that fish, right? Don't put fish on the raised ice block. Well, I think we kind of have to, right? I guess we could do that. But at some point, we have to bring the penguins down, right? The penguins need to come down. To his lair, deep under the mountain, underground. So we can keep kind of spinning around like this, but that's not really gonna... Whoa! We just moved diagonally. I didn't, that seems broken. Let's reset. I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that. How did that happen? Okay. See, now it's working. Can we hold on. Park you right there. No, see, now we're in the same problem we were in before. Yeah, see, now we're diagonaled. And we can't lure this penguin with anything. That's hilarious. What happens if I do this? Is he gonna try and no? Okay, all right. All right. Take care, Queen Anne. Thanks for jumping in. Good to see you. I saw you ran into the bug the other day, but I haven't been able to reproduce it yet. Yeah. So this is pretty easy to reproduce over here, Lime Blossom. Move the seal to the top step, then bring the penguins up behind, then put the fish on the raised ice. Right, but the problem is we have to have the penguins behind the seal without putting the fish on that spot, right? That's pretty rough. Tootie Fighter, good to see you. How you doing? Okay. So if we let me now that Lime Blossom is here, let's reproduce this here. So we bring everyone over here. Okay, now all we have to do is just rotate, and we start eventually breaking the game. Hey, look, we're diagonaled. So that's 3 times in a row we've been able to reproduce that. So there you go. There you go, Lime Blossom. There's a bug for you. So yeah, this is the trick. How do we get these guys to come off of this without putting something there. I don't think we can. I think we have to put it there. Right? Okay, so let's bring you up and then move you forward. So now that that is resolved, we can... Oh, can't restack, huh? If we drag him down, then he'll start eating faces. Ah, okay. That's not going to help. Go fix that. Good luck, Lime. That looks like a fun one to debug. Like some position isn't resetting maybe or something. I don't know. I don't know how your code's working. Okay. Yeah, this puzzle, Lime, is incredibly difficult. Super duper difficult. Because it feels like we need to... Is there a way to stack? And come out the other side here without... I mean, we can't put it on top of the seal's head. Which is what someone said we should do, and I think that's a brilliant idea. I don't know if you were there for that, Lime. But like, yeah, this guy is now stuck in a loop, right? We can't do anything with him there. I can't really do anything here because we'll just murder ourselves. That fish, man. Yeah, Lime Blossom, I think I'm ready for, if you're still here, I'm ready for... a hint. So we'll bring the seal over. Bring the seal over. Ooh, can't do that, can we? I mean, Congratulations, we've butt up against the seal. Oh, wait. No, yeah, that's the problem, right? That's the problem, is that fish up there. Because as soon as we move this guy into position where we can move the penguin behind him, he gets eaten. And, like, I can't queue it up, like, the seal is just too fast. Like, I wonder if there's a way to pull the seal down with the penguin. I love the generous undos, by the way. Love that I have full unlimited potential for undos. Yeah, I was wondering if we could get the penguin to run across, and that would pull the seal over. But I don't think that's gonna... A, be possible, and B, actually do what we need. You're right about a lot of things, so the trick is you need to get the seal up top without there being a fish on the ice block. Right. When the first penguin escapes, it helps with that. But that's our problem, is... Okay. Let's reset. So, like, we can do this, right? The first penguin escapes. It sounds like that's what we're being told is the right direction here. I'm ridiculous. Okay, the solution was staring at us right in the face the entire time. I don't know why I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Great, thanks, Lime. Okay, so now we just have to get this guy to sail off. How, though? Oh, gall. We're gonna need to have a seal over here, aren't we? Okay, so drag you up. And then can I do... do that. Shoot. So we can just do this now. And then these. Yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? Ooh, tricky. Okay, I thought this was gonna be an easy one. Now I'm seeing it's a little bit trickier. If I put that on, see, now we're gonna be stuck in a bit of a loop, I think. I don't think this is going to get us what we're looking for. Yeah, no, it can't. It can't get us what we're looking for because we need... So we need this seal to be pointing in the same direction. Okay. So let's pull this guy off. Oh, interesting. We can do that, but that's not going to be what we want. We need to lure this guy down somehow. But we can't do that, because then he'll just sail over there and we can't ever get outside of this guy's line of sight. So how do we maneuver this seal? This is interesting. Okay, if I do this, he's not going to prioritize the penguin. Okay. I think we got it. I think this is it. Okay. There we go. That was much easier than the last level. Go the other way with the penguin at the start, and that may have been a solution for it. Yeah. Okay, so if I do this, penguin gets eaten. If I do this, forward. And then now we're a seal delivery service. Huh. How do we even slide, like... Okay, so that's how we get that guy to go off. So we need... Okay, I think I'm kind of starting to understand what's happening here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. No, I just want that one, thank you. But now we're stuck. Okay. All right. And the trick is... Oh, wait, hold on. We're going to have to 3-stack this, aren't we? Oh, my. Okay, so move you up, forward. And then... Oh, my goodness. How do we do this? Because I'm thinking we need to get... Oh, we could drag him off that way. That's interesting. So we do that. But he won't fall off, though. I think you needed that. Needed the seal? Yeah. I think we need the seal to be right here, and then to stack the penguins, and then walk onto the seal, lead the seal over, and then slide the penguins off. So how do we get the seal onto that spot? Okay. That's gonna take both of them off, won't it? Oh, that's an interesting... That feels like a bug. That was a bug. Did you see that line blossom? When we sailed off over this ice block, the seal, like, ate the penguin when it landed. Kind of interesting. So can I do this now? There we go. This is feeling good. Okay. Put you right there. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, so drag the seal over there. These guys are now stuck with each other. I don't see a way around this happening. If we put this here, then he just gets eaten. Shoot. Dang bugs. Can you move the other penguin to under the area they would land? To under the area they would land. Like here? Like put a penguin underneath the seal? Ah, see? There's that bug again. Is it, like, random? Yeah, just seems randomly. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Lime Blossom. Yeah. I think we got the right idea. Like, we're getting close to this, I think. So we can get the triple stack going. And this is essentially the solution, right? That's what we want to do, but with 2 penguins instead of a seal. Is there a way for me to even lure this seal off now? I don't think so. Yeah. This is very tricky. I mean, it seems pretty clear that this is how we get, ooh, this guy to come sailing away, right? But we need the right orientation. If we move this guy here. Yeah, I borked it. Okay. Ooh. Oh, we can do that. Okay. Now the problem is if I do that, then yeah, he gets eaten. We can't slide in. We can't move over. Okay. So maybe we did have it right. Maybe we do have to slide them off this way. Okay. Now we can move you over, move you over. Okay, so that's all clear now. Oops. But we have the same problem of we're facing the wrong direction in order to, like, I don't think we can, like, I don't think this is going to work. We can't jump off here because in order to get to this square, we have to be facing this way. So this guy cannot double up from here. We're chasing something that can't exist. But now this fish is here, and the seal is facing this way. So we can't do anything like that. Ah, back from ads. All right. Welcome in, Lime. This kind of seems interesting to me. I just don't know if it's actually going to do anything. There we go. That's feeling good. Oh, is it though? Because we can do this now. Oh, but he's completely stuck. He can't move anymore. We do. We can't do that. I mean, we can lure off that way, but that's unfortunate. That almost felt like a solution. You're all sealed in. You'll have to find a way to get the seal to jump off without using that particular ice block. Find a way to get the seal to jump off without using that particular ice block. Oh, I might have idea. Maybe. We could do this. Yeah, so, like, if we do that, we need to slide past it, right? So we can do you right there, maybe? Ah! Yeah, bummer. Okay. I don't think that's gonna work. Because we did find, like, oh, we can do this, right? But then we kind of get into this sort of tricky situation where no matter what, we lose. So we kind of eliminated this as a possibility. I guess. Unless we do keep him on there for some weird reason. I mean, we are... Oh, that's getting really tricky to start clicking on. Yeah, we're triple omega stuck there. If we do, I mean, like, if we do that, then we're... I do this. Can I, like... Hold on. Before we move you in, we do this, and then double fish. I was thinking he might slide off over there. But no, of course he doesn't. And there's that. I mean, I guess if we can get... Well, if we can get a triple stack with the seal on the bottom, then we just win normally, right? I don't think getting a triple stack here and then sliding off is going to be any better than here and then sliding off. Guess what we can do is like, no. See, now we're back at this problem though. Yeah. Alright. Hold on, little guy. What's up? What's up? Alright. Try getting the seal to slide off by placing a fish on the half step. Oh. Placing a fish on the half step? Okay, buddy. Okay. What do you need? What do you need, little guy? We could do that, I guess. Don't let the pengy see it. Yeah. So, I guess, what? We have to body block with the other penguin? Is that the secret there? So now we're back to here. And that's not going to work. We need to double stack them before he gets onto the penguin. Which we've decided already is impossible in that configuration. Okay. Okay, are you hungry again? Is that the deal? Are you a hungry seal looking for some baby penguins? What do you think? Should we do some of this? Yeah, there we go. You're close. Didn't you just solve it? I don't know, maybe. I didn't feel like I solved it, but maybe. Cause yeah, if we do that, then that breaks. I guess we don't need to do that, do we? We can just run him over here. Cause like yeah, if we put the seal there, we're just back to square one, right? Like we can't stack. So the game, the puzzle we're trying to solve here, Cubis, is getting the penguins to go in the water. So we want the penguins to slide off into the water. We don't really care about the seal, other than it eats the penguins, which we don't want. And like, yeah, at this point, we can't do anything. So we slid him off. Now what? Like, it seems to make sense that we'd have to pull him over here, right? But we're just in the same situation that we were in. But this is the only direction he can go. I mean, we can put a penguin right there, but like, whoopee. You don't need them to double stack to slide them off one at a time? Really? I guess we can do... Okay. Okay. There we go. Yeah, okay. I was overcomplicating it. We had the solution a long time ago. Or at least we were one step away from the solution a long time ago. Man. Some of these puzzles, I'm just... Like, that last step is breaking me. So both need to go over a top block like you did with the seal to start. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So... We need to get Penguin here, and then slide off. Which, like, yeah. I mean... It's not really going to be this simple, right? Okay. I guess I just automatically understood that one for some reason. I don't know if anyone else, like, kind of skipped past that one the way they did, but, weird. Play the B version of that one. Okay. A little. What's the big problem? Let's play the B version. Okay. Come on, just... He's in this really awful stage where he's like trying to explore his hands and trying to like hold things, but he's still so bad at it that he's constantly knocking everything out of his mouth with his hands he's trying to keep in. It's really annoying. Okay. Okay. So we go up and then... what? Do that? And then that? And that? And that? Then up and over? Yeah, that seemed pretty simple still. Pretty straightforward. To a certain degree. Certainly better, easier for me than those other ones were. Okay. So, I mean, that can't be the answer for that. Okay, guy. Okay. Time to calm down. Huh. I guess we can maybe do this to redirect the seals? I get the feeling we're supposed to... Oops. Maybe move up here and then slide these seals in. And then... Sorry, one sec. Okay, I may have gotten him to a state of rest. Have to move the levels around. Yeah, that one, these past ones have seemed a lot easier. To me. Let's move this guy over here. Why are we having such a hard time? Over here. Interesting. That's kind of a problem, isn't it? Because we can't slide off of that. We can't slide off in that direction because we just can't stop. We can't. Right? Like, am I crazy? Yeah, we just get stuck, right? Okay. Ooh. We can't move there because then we'll slide into there and get trapped. Okay, that's feeling better. And here, and then here. Okay, that's why I had to do that. Okay. There. So now we just need to find a way to, like, flip ourselves. We need to find a way to be coming at this from the other direction. It's like if we do that, we just slide right past, right? That's not going to help us at all. Is that your leg? Why have multiple people asked if this is my leg? How would my leg be up here? I guess my knee, maybe? No, this is my son. This is my son. He hangs out with me on these streams. Welcome on in, Legends of the Veil. Yeah, I'm confused. You're the second person in 2 days to have asked that question, Legends. There must be something about it. Also, like, if it were my leg, I still don't understand it, but that's okay. Is he alive? No. I'm carrying around a dead baby. Yes. Everyone in chat was very upset. Or rather, very patient while I tried to calm him just a minute ago. This is a tricky little puzzle. So, Legends of the Veil, by the way, welcome in. Good to see you. What we're doing here today is we're trying to get through these final levels of Chill Seekers designed and built by Lime Blossom, who is being absolutely wonderful. We're playing through this demo of his game, and he was looking for playtesters. We've played through a good amount of it. We're on the last world out of 6. And boy, is this tricky. This is difficult. Yeah. Wait a minute, hold on. That's not supposed to happen, is it? Is he supposed to eat me? Isn't he supposed to just slide on top of me? I guess it's a half step, not a full step, right? How many penguins have we murdered by now? We don't talk about that, tablet pencil. Man, I mean, we can... I'm trying to figure out what is the purpose of that space over there, right? Because it seems like as soon as we get the seal right there, we just lose, right? This seems like the you lose space, and this seems like a you lose space. Those are spike traps, right? In fact, as soon as we move the seal right here, we lose. We do that. So yeah, once again, we're here. So we can like move up and then over and then over. But as soon as we move up here, he will eat me. So we need him to be facing this direction, I guess. Facing over here. How on earth do we do that, though? I don't think we can. Oh, and you know what? We can't step on there regardless. Ooh. So we can't step on there, because if we step on there, we slide over here or we slide over here. We can't put the seal over here because there's no way for us to slide off of anything at that point. Once again, as soon as the seal moves there, we lose. I guess we could do that, but then, like, we can't get up on top of the seal. This is a tricky one. It's a tricky one. So far, it seems like the most, like, reasonable thing that we've found is getting to this state. But, oh, so we need the seal over here, right? No, we can't have the seal right there, because then if we walk up here and slide onto the seal, then the only direction we can go is over there. And that'll just take us right there. So what even is the win condition here? What are we even trying to get to? This is the only ice block with a face leading to the water. So it has to be our exit. This is our exit. So how do we get this thing? Like, the only way that this is going to work is if we somehow have this guy facing the opposite direction there. How on earth do we do that? Okay, we have ads starting in just a minute. I'm going to go take a break real quick. Maybe we'll leave this up. Let our brain grapes keep percolating, and we'll be back just after this break. Don't go anywhere. Forgot to actually start the ad break. We'll be right back. we're back. Okay. Because we need the ability to, like, turn on the siren, go boop, 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 and just back him right on up. But obviously that can't work. Man. Oh, what? Hold on. Shoot. There we go. Easy game. The guy fixed both bugs with the same line of code. That'd be pretty cool without introducing any new ones. Oh, hey, we found that bug again. 1, 2, 3, 4 more levels. Let's go. Let's cruise through these. Let's make it happen. Okay. Bummer. Yeah, okay. This is a thing. So you slide off. That feels like a lost state to me. Let's try this again. What do we do here? Hey, courtesy of Endo. Good to see you. How are you today, sir? Welcome on in. We are trying to wrap up these last few levels on Chill Seekers, and then we're going to go do some analysis of Teleglitch Die More Edition. It was a analyze a random game in my library, redemption rewards. We're going to go do that right after this. How are you doing, courtesy? Yeah, that's the problem, right? Like, if we move this guy forward, okay. Oh, right, because it's a half step. Shh. That feels like it can't do anything for us. Like, there's no possible move from there that would lead to things working. Like, we have to lure this guy down, right? I also don't seem to have a way to pull this seal down. I guess we can do that now, right? Okay. Let's bring you over. But, like, now what? I don't think there's anything that I can do about all this. But I think what we need to be doing is get the penguin on there, right? But how when there's literally only one direction the penguin can move? Are you eating this poor penguin? We're trying to stop things from eating him. Nursing a water bottle and watching some penguin puzzles with you. Love it. Good to see you. How's your game going? How's that 3D process coming? Are you still doing the modeling? Tom, thank you so much for your resub. Appreciate you, sir. It's good to see you. Hope that you're nearing the end of your first week, and I hope it's everything you were hoping it would be. We need a seal to be facing in the opposite direction. Is there a way we can accomplish that? I don't think so. And I have yet to find a way that I can move this penguin safely other than at the very beginning. But if I do at the very beginning, he's dead. Like, there's no way around it. Like, once again, I can't distract him mid-slide, right? So he's committed. I don't remember the solution. Can you get the seals to turn around by colliding? Gosh, I don't know. I just finished a walk cycle and attack animation for a baddie, ready to tackle a new enemy. Ooh, congrats, Endo. That's a huge deal. The poor penguin talk about motivation to solve the puzzle. I know, right? But I mean, to be fair, the seals are pretty cute too, and like we don't want their family to starve to death, you know? Can you get the seals to turn around by collide? I mean, I don't even know how to get them to collide. I mean, I guess I could, well, I guess we can, no, we can't do that, because then it sends the seal over there. So if we put the seal there, like, I can do all this stuff, but it seems like there's not a single tile I can put a fish on where it's not going to result in death. Like, this is interesting. Do that? No, because then he's just like a sentinel. He'll stick there forever. Yeah. It's like, even if we do this, like, we're just dead. So I don't know of a single opportunity that we have to make them collide, you know? Like, this kind of seems like the furthest I've been able to do moves without losing. So it feels like maybe the right thing to be doing, but it's like, now what, you know? Yeah, I don't know on this one, Lime. This is a big question mark for me. And if you don't remember how to do it, I'm gonna say it's unsolvable. Cause like, we can take the penguin up here, but now he's stuck. We can do this, and then press to digitate the seal back over to here, and then we'll be good. But like, I don't see a way to get the penguin over there with both seals. Unless I'm a giant dummy and there's a really easy way to do it. Oh, see, but now there's... Yeah, shoot. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. Got it. Woo! I was really close to giving up on that one. Okay. Cool. Got it. Let's go to 6-8. Huh. So what did I just do there? By going here... How did I... Right there. Okay. So we need to do that, but in reverse. Huh. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I have the wrong idea for the puzzle. Huh. Yeah, that definitely feels like a trap. So once we get to a certain point, we're kind of committed. There we go. Got it. All right. B. I mean, we can just slide off there, but that feels like it's not going to be the solution we're looking for. What's our win condition here? Is it getting a double stack right here? No, we can't do that. We can have a triple stack on top of. We can do that, but then that doesn't really help. How do I get this guy to fall off? It seems like the only possibility for him is to slide off this way, or I guess climb on top of something else. Yeah. Okay, reset. And this whole space is a dead zone. I guess we can move him over. Now run. Yeah, this is the only possible square for him to move into next. That's not gonna help. And we're kind of stuck in this loop now. Or suicide. We'll just unpenguin ourselves. Yeah, I'm really racking my brain trying to figure out how do we... What's the win condition for that bottom penguin? I guess trying to get him on top of the seal. So if we can get the seal to be like right there, and then somehow slide him along, then we can move the seal around, and then slide him off. Like, these don't feel like they intersect at all, you know? Because if we have this guy here, then he just falls off. If we move him over here, we can never stop. Oh! We can do that and park the seal, but I don't think that's going to necessarily give me all that much. I mean, I guess it lets me reverse my direction. That same trick you did on the last level. You're acting like I can remember what happened more than 10. I have the memory the size of this fish. I guess, what did I do here? I did this, right? Ah, boo. Yeah, so that puts him there. Then we're stuck. then we're stuck. I mean, we could put a fish on top and then, right, slide them off. But now, what do we do from there? If you have unlimited fish, can't you just negotiate with the seal? 100 fish per hostage. That's using your noggin. That's the old, like, using this barometer, figure out how tall the building is. I walk over to the janitor and say, "Excuse me, janitor, I will give you this nice shiny new barometer if you tell me how tall the building is." Sort of problem solving. Yeah, this is tricky because as soon as the penguin is up here, he can only go in this direction, right? If he goes here, he dies. If he goes here, then at least we've, like, reversed direction. So we've accomplished something-ish. Maybe we need to, like, do the same trick twice? But we can't, because that one is, Oh, there we go. This. There we go. Oh, but we're not rotated the right direction. Ooh. Do that, yeah, okay. Okay. Let's go back to before we had that on him. Just in case. I mean, what happens if I do that? He's not going to see it, right? You can get the seal past without eating the penguin if the fish is close enough. Oh, that was cool. Hey, Memphis Macaroon. Yeah, this is Chill Seekers. This is Lime Blossom's game. Which we're coming up on the last few levels of his demo for. Like, this is a really dumb idea. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, I don't know how I did it. I just did it. It was hard. Okay, great. We're on the last level. Here we go. Oh, no. I'm so sorry to ban you. No. You already did ignore my previous comment? Okay. I got a question in my uni interview about how to figure out local optimum on the surface having eyes closed. My first answer was based on the physics stuff like air pressure. There you go. Okay. So that's got to be the trap, right? That is sending the seal somewhere they're not supposed to be. What happens if I do this? Does the seal count as a half step? I mean, you could just jump up there and climb on up, right? Come on. Okay. So what's the win condition here? What is the final move? Not the final countdown, the final move. I feel like the seal needs to be, like, right there. And then the penguin jumps off and then goes, right? But I don't think there's a way to accomplish that. Like, if we do this, he slides off all the way. Did you have a jam-sized game idea? Very cool. Very cool. For what jam? That slides him there. So this is, like, the only viable route, right? We have to be here. And we can't move down, because then the only option from there is death. There is no surrender. So it has to move up. guess this is as far as we've kind of taken it as far as order of operations goes. I do that. Bye, Seal. Way to go. You did it. Sundown. Thank you so much for your subscription, friend. How are you today? How's it been going? Can you even slide off the center, like sideways? I don't think so, Cubus. No jam, but the game size would be as for a jam. Hey, that's great, Nemphis. I was just talking to someone the other... Oh. Talking to someone? I think I just saw someone, yeah, on Reddit saying that they got some sort of offer off of just a bunch of small game ideas that they had. Granted, it seemed like kind of a skeevy company, but nonetheless. That's cool. And you know what? Creating for creating's sake is great. I'm excited to see it. Yeah, I just... What do we do here? I mean, we can drag him off, but that doesn't accomplish anything for us. How do we get the seal? Oh, wait. We need to get the seal facing this way. So, oh, shoot. Oh, man. So we can't... All right, never mind. Somewhat scuffed day, but I'm alive. Oh, goodness. Heart reaches out to you, Sundown. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. Let us know any way we can help out, right? You know that. You know we're here, right? Jam games are the best. Full projects are way harder to do, especially for the first time. It's true. And frankly, I'm expecting an increased market for jam-sized games. I think it's just going to take something to popularize the concept, right? And I know there's that group that's making like Brawljabra or Algebral or something. That also made the card placement city builder thing. They're kind of working on popularizing that idea, but I think that's a thing. This is a good spot. I don't know if you'll get that message in time. Not many people. Oh goodness, Legends, you gotta get some help, friendo. Pancake delicioso. Okay. Subscription-based service to try out 5 jam-sized games per week. It's an interesting idea, Tablet. It's an interesting one. I mean, I don't know how you do that when, like, Game Pass exists, right? Feels like Game Pass just beats that idea. Also, is driving Microsoft into the ground, but at the same time... Oh! We can do that. So we need that to happen, but then have a way to send our penguin up here. Hey! 1 follow till the goal, and thank you so much, Legends of the Fail. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate ya. Socko Pop seems to be doing well with their 1-month size games. Is Socko Pop the one that... Is that the one I'm thinking of? Kenny released a video on buttons and menus. A short but great video. Oh, very cool, Tom. We'll have to check that out. 450 followers. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. What a day. What a day. My goodness. Yeesh. Yeah. There's just no route, like, forward from there. You know, once the penguin hits here, there's not a lot that can be done. Add a hat. You got it. You got it. My message got auto-modded. I guess that's for the better, probably. Oh. Yeah, Legends. You say something like that one more time, and it's a ban. For real. That's not something we joke around with at all, period, here. Okay? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you for getting us to 450. But, like, one more thing like that, gone. Okay? All right. So close. Yeah! It just seems like as soon as the penguin hits there, there is no option. I mean, unless we can block him somehow. I don't think we can, though. All right. See you later, Legends. Hope you find some help. Goodness. All right. Like, this definitely feels like the right approach, right? Oh, right. Sorry, Daniel, you added a hat. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. There we go. This feels appropriate, given the temperatures of the game that we're playing. You forgot your headdress. Yeah, thanks, Daniel. Appreciate ya. So we do that, and then we come back up here. Oh, man. I don't even remember how we got the seal on top last time. Right, that's how. Okay, yeah. Because, like, we can do this now. And then drag him back across, I guess? Sheesh. Is that just the... oh, it's the reverse of the starting position. So, yeah, this is, like... This is a very difficult last level. Why does this make me think of 15-minute dungeon? I can kind of see the art style being a little reminiscent of their new one. Just gotta flip the penguin on top. Easiest. This is the hardest level I've ever made. You have to use almost every mechanic. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it seems like we just... hard lose here, right? There's no way to get the penguin out. No, yeah, we're just stuck there. Jiminy. Strong penguin. Like, I feel like getting the penguin on the bottom is not the solution. Try getting the seal to block the penguin from sliding too far. From sliding too far. I mean, we're doing that here. But then, like, the only other place that is sliding too far would be, like, going down to here. And I've been trying to get the seal down to there. And not having a tremendous amount of luck. Like, if we do that, I don't know what that's going to really accomplish for me. Like, we have now made it to here. Hooray. So I must be misunderstanding something. I was on the right track. I was on the right track at what point? What are we trying to do? We're trying to get the penguin to slide off. And this is the tricky thing is, like, I don't know what the end state of this puzzle looks like. So we're trying to get the penguin to slide into the water. And the way we do that is by sliding him on, usually on sliding ice blocks, or luring him off. You know, if there were like a snow block here and the penguin were here, we could put a fish here and he would jump after that fish and fall in the water, right? I don't think there's a way for us to do that here. So we need to use this ice block to get either sliding this way or sliding this way off of the map. You were on the right track when you got the seal on top of the penguin. Really? That seemed like such a dead end. Like, it feels like we explored every option. Purely because the penguin just can't really do anything there. I guess we can... No, we can't lure him off there. Can the seal carry the penguin? The seal can carry the penguin, but you have to get the seal on top of the penguin first. Or the penguin on top of the seal. You have to get the penguin on top of the seal first, and that's the difficult part. You know? Because if we could get the seal to park himself here while the penguin is here, then that's frabjous, but... Okay. There's a spot where you can have the penguin and seal go for the same fish, and that'll... Yeah, I was wondering about that. Like, is there a way we can collide them into each other somehow? Can you get the seal to the bottom right? There's a spot... right, like the lower... Like, over here? Yeah, I think we've done that once or twice. It's a very strong penguin, Daniel. You got the seal off multiple times, but not the penguin in the same way. Yeah, because of order. We're gonna jump into ads. We'll leave this up. We'll keep thinking about it. Because boy, is it tricky. Back from the ads. Okay. So let's keep exploring here. After the penguin is down where you just had, can't you get the penguin up? What? After the penguin is down where you just had, can't you get the penguin up? After the seal is down. So, I mean, yeah, we can drag the seal down, but then, like, what do we do from here? You know? We can move over here and then put the seal over here and then kind of... What if we do that? Ah! Okay, this feels cool. This feels like we did something. But I can't seem to do anything with it. Because now this seal is stuck. This is the spot. But now what do I do? Oh, wait, can I do... No. Can I do this? Oh, I thought he would go on top of the seal. There we go. Got it. Oh, oh, that's the game. Oh my goodness. Lime Blossom, thank you for the subscription. Wow, those were some tough puzzles, Lime. Those were some tough brain noodles. Please, at least you didn't feel to see a big eye on the door and just got stuck. Cheers. That's what happened in Risky Biscuits game. I couldn't make it through the first tutorial room in his Morse code-based horror game where you had to type in Morse code in to create the letter that was on the door in order to move forward. But I literally never saw the eye, or if I did, I was just like, oh, this is just like set dressing. I didn't notice that eye was like the thing that you're supposed to type in. So I didn't make it past the first room. But you have progressed that quite a lot since then, made a lot of improvements. So I don't think you've encountered that problem since then, right? Which I'm going to blame on your improvements, not on the fact that I'm a big dum-dum. Hey, we got through it. Wow. That was tremendously difficult, Lime Blossom. Super difficult. All right, take care, Risky. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, wow. That was rough, Lime Blossom. A lot of those puzzles were very fun. A lot of them were incredibly difficult. I do think you're right that the order could probably get swapped around, but once again, this is a sample size of 1. I don't want to make too many judgment calls based off of that, but there we go. I'll be honest, I don't know what difficulty puzzle players are looking for. Yeah, and that's the tricky thing, right? Is like, I'm not necessarily your target demographic. Like, it was kind of cute for me, and I kind of enjoy doing stuff like that, like with my wife, but I am not, like, a puzzle gamer. Like, you should probably go get, like, Foolbox or something. Foolbox would probably be a lot closer to your target demographic. Sorry, I booted this up thinking, let's get this moving, and load it up in the background. Jiminy Christmas. That was very loud. Okay. Really? Do I not have the ability for making this not a square? Anonymous with 2 subs. Thank you, Anonymous. Appreciate ya. Figure there's probably a range. Yeah, I agree, Lime. And I'm curious what is that going to be the full game release, or is that going to be a or was that just the demo and there's more beyond the full release? I think for myself, you know, if there were more activities to do like on the side of the puzzles, then that might keep me returning to them a little bit. Like I was just watching a video by GMTK today. Mothman, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you, thank you. Keeping that train alive. Appreciate it. Thank you. Daniel with 17 bits. Thank you so much. My goodness. The hype. The train. It is rolling. The train hype. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Benwill with the 2 gift subs. Jeez. Hey. What are y'all doing? What are you doing? This will be the full release. I might be able to make 1 or 2 more worlds without adding mechanics, but I think I'll save that for a free DLC update. I think that's very fair, Line. I think that's totally fair. And I know this is like beyond the scope of what you're doing right now, 100%. But just for people's curiosity, Nicholson, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you, Jiminy. For people's curiosity, GMTK put out this really cool video about this Sakabon style puzzle game. I forget what the name of the game is called. Isles of Sea and Sky. And he says one of the things that really works about this game is that it's kind of like Zelda-ish. Jiminy Christmas! Nicholson with the other 100 bits, Tablet Pencil with the 100 bits. Thank you. Thank you so much. My goodness. Wowsies. One of the big things he says about this is that the puzzles are open world, so you can kind of skip over certain puzzles, and you kind of have that, where you've got your B structures and everything. You can go to different worlds in different orders. But he also says there's like more, like there's stuff to just explore and find in Metroidvania style upgrades. Daniel with the 10, bringing in my greatest imitator. I used to be the most famous Twitch streamer who does game dev and wears bow ties. And now that has been stolen by Practical, and Tom is part-time taking it from me. Anonymous with another gift sub. Thank you. With that level 2 hype train all done, we're in level 3 now. You'll have to add in a fishing minigame. Yes. Mothman! What are you doing? Wow, 10 gift subs. That's tremendous. Thank you. So I mean, like, obviously, Lime, right? Like, obviously that's adding in a whole bunch of new, like, side game stuff way beyond the scope of what you're wanting to do, right? I'm not saying you need to, like, go do this. I just think it's interesting to talk about in this space while we're on the topic of, like, how do you kind of keep people moving through it and stuff. It's just interesting to discuss. That's all. So, Jiminy Christmas. Okay. Wow. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Yeah, this is we're about to beat our last record. Jiminy. Wowsies. I'm not doing anything. This is all you guys. It's good to talk about. This won't be my last game. I hope it's not. Do you think you'll keep doing puzzle games in the future? Is that kind of like your idiom you'd like to keep on going down? Yeah, thank you so much for all this support, everyone. Absolutely tremendous. And Mothman with the 500 bits. Jeez, moving into tactics games. Hey, it sounds like you've got a really strong foundation with the puzzle. I never thought about that. In order to build a more complicated tactics game, build a simple tile-based puzzle game first to like figure out how to build a grid system and move characters along. That's a fascinating growth progression. Oh my, it's been your plan for years. There you go. Wearing bow tile should be a highlight of the game dev community. We're working on it. You know, we got Foolbox wearing a bow tie when I come into the stream. We got Practical NPC wearing a bow tie. We got Tom Millman wearing a bow tie on his stream as a thing. We just got to keep climbing that ladder. Eventually, Pirate Software is going to throw a bow tie, maybe in his hair or something. I don't know. Mothman, thank you for pushing us towards that new record. My heavens. Practical invented bow ties. Guess I should add a bow to my floating cup. Yes. That's awesome. I should add it to my PNG avatar then. Yes. Let's do the bow tie takeover. Grow a bow tie. Anonymous again with the 5. Thank you. Holy, that is there you go. That's the hype train beat. We are you have reached level 5, or you beat level 5. You did it. What? You're in level 6 now? Holy cow! Yeah, the finish line is in reach. The finish line is in reach. My goodness. Cubus, hello. Zaft, welcome in. Good to see you. Daniel with the 50 bits. Jiminy, thank you. The infamous hacking group has gifted you many subs. You know, they must just be a fan of bow ties. I don't know. Guy Fox, he was a dapper individual. Lime Blossom with 100 bits. Thank you. Wow. Goodness gracious. Thank you, everyone. Your support, I mean, it really means the world. It really, truly means the world. Like I said, you know, this is our full-time gig, right? And so, getting this support means we get to keep doing it, right? There are a lot of discussions about like, oh my gosh, like how do we make this happen? And stuff like this make it possible and reasonable to keep going and to keep trying to help as many people as we possibly can. So thank you. Okay. Can I grow this so it's actually filling out OBS better? Can I make this happen? No, it is gonna be a square. This is a square game. Jeez. Can I? Nope. Okay. This is gonna be a square game. We got black bars, everyone. Sorry. But let's check out what Teleglitch Die More Edition has to say to us here today. As a reminder, this was a redemption of Analyze a random game in my library. This was what our website picked randomly. Why do I always stream when... Oh, why does Foolbox always stream when you're busy? Games of P, thank you so much for the follow and getting us up to that 450. Appreciate you. Thank you. Let's see what this has to do. So, first off, we've got our menu. It loaded up in a very tiny square, which is very strange. We have a square resolution, which is also strange. It's weird that, like, we have to have the square. It's very weird. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, Foolbox. I'm looking forward to your special stream tomorrow. Let's go ahead and dive into a new game. Sure, we'll do the tutorial. Typography is very simple, right? But also pretty straightforward. And they're using progressive disclosure well, so that the typography doesn't have to be all that complex, right? So options, general, and then we have our key value pairs. Keyboard, and now we have our key value pairs. Arguably, these could be right aligned, the button inputs. There's just a lot of space, even between the biggest, the closest things together. That could all be tightened up a little bit. But overall, not too bad, right? Falonier, hello, welcome in. So good to see you. You sent me a DM. You did? Oh, on Discord. Okay, right on. I'll take a look at this after the stream. Very cool. Let's dive into our tutorial here. Let's do this thing. Welcome to Militech Corporation training course for non-human combatants, combat robot A15 activated. This is facility AI speaking. Initiate learning protocols. Press space to continue. Okay, so that's a lot of words right out of the gate, but it's also a lot of world building, so it's like kind of forgivable. Use WAS to move. Most doors open automatically. Sure, I mean, a lot of this doesn't need to be text, right? Terminals marked with brackets contain useful information. Press space to use. Okay. Oh, this is us. Okay. Let's do it. Space. Most doors open on... Okay, right, great. Yeah, Falonier, how's it going? How's the fantasy? Let's pick up some bullets. It's weird that, like, they didn't just have WASD to move in the background, given that they have the text overlay for the bullets and everything already built. Kind of a weird thing. Everyone, thank you so much for that hype train. It is... I don't know how to put it, other than I hope to show my gratitude for you every day that we're here on the stream and every day that we're going at this trying to help people enter the game industry, doing as much as we possibly can to help people out. I hope we'll be able to show that in ample gratitude. Thank you. Looks nice. Oh, hello, Choo Choo Lime. Yes, Choo Choo. Off-grid game dev. Hello, welcome in. Good to see ya. Memphis looks nice in GT1 and all, but the shadows are too crisp compared to everything else. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, Memphis. I wonder if there's going to be, like, some really hard-lined line-of-sight mechanic or something. You're late for the hype train? Yeah. Hey, Cubus! Gotta get mine in here once. Not a game, but 60% UI. Tell me how it feels to interact with, and if you can find information where you expect it. Sounds great. I'd love to. The fantasy is going well to a small break this week for a side project so close to releasing the next block of content. Yeah, I know you've been doing the pop-ups and everything, right? I keep on thinking, man, I need to be a cool kid and make an overlay like all the cool kids are doing. Pick up items in containers, mouse wheel to change selected item, left click to take from a container. Okay. Where are the containers? Hold E and use mouse wheel to move selected. What? What is this interaction system? No, I just want to open the... Okay. Great. Oh, here we go. Okay. This is a really weird inventory system. So this is where we start to come into problems with Miller's Law, right? Where they are saying, here is this, like, cool way to interact with things in the world, but, like, why are we doing it so weirdly? Why can't we just do it normally, you know? Like, I'm already clicking on things. Why are we doing this whole, like, mouse scrolling and, like, moving of things up and down in the inventory? There better be a good justification for that, right? Weird equals memorable. Yes, tablet pencil, but memorable in what direction? It can be memorable in the positive way, like Pal World, where the way people describe that is, you know Pokemon, right? Bang! This is Pal World, right? That's memorable in a positive direction. You can also have memorable in a negative direction. All publicity is not necessarily good publicity. Like the Zune, right? Like, that thing just died because people didn't like it. So memorable, I don't want to touch it again. This looks like GTA Classic. Yeah, right? What Zune? No, Zune. Z-U-N-E. Oh, are we, Daniel, I don't know your age, but you're already making me feel like an old man. You sold the Zune at Walmart. Amazing. Hold right mouse button to draw weapon and aim. Click left mouse button while aiming to shoot. Press R for reload. Okay. Oh, and that's just a bunch of bullets. Okay. Oh, that pickup sound is so loud. Okay, let's turn the volume down on this. There we go. What about the shotgun? Like, what? I don't know. Are we gonna have this many guns to scroll through? I'm still not understanding this inventory system, you know? Do we really have to hit 25 targets? Jeez. Combat efficiency adequate? Okay. So they showed 25, and I hit 11. Okay. Get some bombs. Okay. All right. Item combo mode. Left click anywhere to combine selected items. Press C again to exit. Can I combine my guns? C. Okay. Oh, what's happening here? Do not know much about Western stuff. Microsoft is a global institution, Daniel. How dare you? Okay. So don't hold in C. We have red text here indicating this is something different. My first thought is danger, but maybe it means incomplete. So we can combine. Can we combine these? Nope. Run away. Perhaps you've played enough and it's time to take a break. I have the Indian biker loft. I don't know about you. I feel like we need to keep going through the tutorial, unfortunately. Oh shoot. When they're busting out stuff like item combination with a random keyboard shortcut, I think that is a now we need to keep playing. Okay. Game. Did you break? I can't move. Continue. New game. Okay, we'll try this one more time. It's still displaying that tutorial text. Let's jump into level 1. The text is still there! The game completely broke. Okay, we're gonna... I think that means I beat the tutorial, right? I think that means I just, like, directly overcame the tutorial. Wowsies. Okay, what happens if I hit continue? Yeah, okay. Beat the game. Beat it into submission. Okay. Yep, okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, great, open the door, thank you. We'll move forward. We'll grab our ammo. Great, thanks. Oh gosh, do I have to read everything? This is not my favorite tutorial. They are hard lining you into this. And if they're gonna let you kill yourself on accident, like, give me a good way to skip things, please. Do I have to do this whole thing? Oh my gosh, it's so slow though. The shotgun is definitely way more accurate than the assault rifle though. That's for sure. Reload. Like, in terms of just simply hitting things, shotgun's way better. Like, I would be spraying at one of those far targets for, like, the entire clip, and it wouldn't hit. All right, 21 out of 25. Combat efficiency adequate. I wonder if it says that no matter what you do. Okay, get some bombs. Right, okay. Get some bombs. More bombs. C. Okay, we are out of combinables. For throwing bombs, click left mouse button while aiming with a bomb. For dropping armed bombs, just left click. Yeah, we figured that one out. Blow your way through the yellow walls. Shooting works too. Okay. Jeez. So hold in left click, right? Or do we have to hold in right click and then left click? Okay, that's gotta be it. There we go. This game looks amazing. Judging by reviews, it seems underrated. What do the reviews say, Off-Grid? I don't actually know when I even got this. Like, it would have been ages ago. Tab to check the map. Oh, okay. I like that. That's nice. To use the knife, select any item from the inventory that is not a bomb and click left mouse button only. Okay. Monster database updated. All right. We have stabbed our fellow robots. It's crazy what post-processing can do for a game. Okay, training is complete. Hooray. Let's do it. Let's get into our first level here. We were working on a master teleporter that could transport you anywhere to unlimited distances, but something went wrong. Something came through from the other side. Oh, so it's Doom. First, we thought it was a minor glitch, but it quickly turned into a nightmare. The facility AI became aggressive, and the military robots turned on us. The space of the complex started warping. Rooms and hallways would randomly reorganize themselves as if following some twisted pattern. I decided to seal myself in here and wait for help. I've been hiding out here for weeks, but nobody came, and I'm running out of food. My only chance is to use the regular teleporters of the facility to get to the master teleporter, and then teleport myself back to Earth. That's a lot of teleport. So we don't play as the robots. Okay. For sure get the empty cans, right? Like, 100%. Disposable rocket launcher? Excuse you, game? What? Wow, okay. Oh, tablet pencil, congratulations on graduating tomorrow. Go to sleep, get some rest. Get some rest. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great graduation. We'll talk to you later. Not just the graphics, seems like they have lots of good mechanics and builds. Interesting. I'm curious what the builds are going to be, because this seems like a less build-oriented game and more of a just, like, Doom-style, like, action-y game? What does that sound? Okay. Item database updated. I wish there was a way to like figure out what the item database is. This sounds like something is broken and trying to chase me or something. Okay, weird. Secret walls. The facility area contains some rooms that are quickly walled off with temporary materials, resulting in damaged-looking walls that can be destroyed with ranged weapons. These sealed rooms sometimes contain useful equipment, including weapons. Okay. Oh. Get out. Get. There we go. Hey, excuse you? I don't exactly know what it is that I'm fighting there. Are they, like, zombies running on all fours? Are they giant spiders? And that was a tool tip. Is this a damage, or where's the damaged-looking wall? Is that the damaged-looking wall? No. Cool smoke trail, though. Tube. All hail. Tube. So that flashing reticle, I'm not... Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Here's a broken-looking wall. Got it. We got a nail bomb. Nice. And I think some ammo? What's our map look like right now? Can we... we can zoom out. Okay, this is kind of big. There we go. I am kind of waiting for the game to open itself up, you know? Feels like we're kind of just mindlessly exploring to a certain degree, but maybe I'm wrong on that. Ooh, let's make another nail bomb. Planet Medusa 1C, small, almost Earth-sized planet with no significant resources and far from colonized space. Its planetary stock price was incredibly low, making it a perfect spot for Militech research. Being far from many settlements gave an added bonus of reduced distraction for scientists in the facility. What sort of distraction? That just sounds like a tech company. Did they have a free snack bar? Do they have like cereal in the break room? Like reload. Oh, that was tricky. Ooh, look at that camera rotation. Ooh. Brother, ooh. All right. Oh, that's so trippy. But like their aesthetic as well is trippy. So like it kind of works. Yeah, what's canned meat? Tastes like cardboard and stays edible for 200 years. Is that a healing item? Yeah, okay. Oh, and we get to keep the can. Okay. Okay, cool. We can't combine anything, it looks like, yet. Oh, God, that's so disorienting. That, like, kind of makes me a little bit nauseous, actually. Which is weird. I do not experience nausea in games. That is very strange to me that I'm experiencing that nausea. I like that they pause when you open the map, and you can see the enemies on the map. I don't know if that's ever going to really, like, actually matter in any way, but I like that it happens that way. And we're back into this loudness. What is going on? What is this space? Okay. So we've explored all over here. We haven't gotten any, like, experience. We've gained a little bit of items, but, like, not a lot. I'm not feeling that this is tremendously worth it to be exploring, you know? I kind of feel like I just want to know where I'm supposed to go and then go to it, which is a bit of a bummer. I can feel that a lot of this game is kind of hinging on this idea of exploration and all that sort of stuff, but I'm just not feeling it right now. Come on, let me in. Let me in. There we go. A can gun. Tin can filled with nails and explosives, dangerous to the user. Okay, cool. The facility AI-1 was originally designed to be nothing more than a good administration system. However, the key aspect of intelligence is evolution. After a while, the AI learned so much it started helping us out with other things beside administration. It researched new weapons, helped build robots, and even designed architecture for new facility buildings. Why was it helping you build new buildings? I thought this was like a research post for scientists. Why was it building weapons and y'all were like, yeah, this seems like a good idea? Come on. Some of you had to have read Asimov, right? Like, geez. Make another nail bomb, because why not? Take some more ammo, absolutely. Biodiversity on Medusa is literally minimal, but well accustomed to the deadly atmospheric conditions. So far, only 2 life forms have been discovered, and both are lethal to humans. These species are cat-sized amoeba that use corrosive chemicals to consume anything organic. Okay, what's the other one? What's an RDX 250? Is that explosive? Yeah. Okay. Use our shotgun to blast these boxes away. Nah, you know what? Let's use our explosives here. What? What? Really? Is that not a broken wall that I'm supposed to get through? Lame. Very lame. Hold on. I need to check something real quick. Okay. Okay. Stupid decision that doesn't make sense. The answer to why is capitalism. Okay, teleportation range has been always limited by the hyper-difficult mathematical calculations required for performing each jump. Each unit of extra distance makes the required calculation exponentially harder, making teleportation impractical, if not impossible, for distances over 1 kilometer. Unless you're Scotty in the new Star Wars movie, and then you go running down the hallway screaming, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it! Alright. This is a lot of lore, and it's kind of cool. I just want the game, though. I don't know, am I weird? Oh, facility teleport station. Did we beat the level? I didn't feel like this level, was all that... I don't know, am I being weird? It just doesn't feel like much of a game yet. So we can choose where we teleport to. I guess we'll go to the plankton farm? Whoa, okay. Jeez. The situation is bad. The non-human combatants are everywhere and they attack me on sight. I'm going to try and move through the plankton farm complex next. That sector was used to feed a type of military critters we were cloning and developing about 8 years ago. However, the sector was abandoned after the critter project ended. The perfect war animal prototype was shipped away with its design blueprints for production, and there was no need for producing extra plankton anymore. If I'm lucky, the sector should still be deserted, and I might be able to slip through unnoticed. Sure, that's good. Zombies and mutants, okay. So I'm curious, there was a branching path there. Aren't we in level 1, level 2? Isn't it sequential? I'm really curious about this. It's too much reading. I don't want to read that much on stream. Okay. There we go. Everything's fine. Daniel. Twitch Godot streamers are building Exodia emote. Love it. Yeah, we should do that, where it's the streamers... Oh, dear. Shotgun. Jeez, what are you? What the heck? Sheesh. The streamer's eyes for the top two, and then mouth, and then bow tie, and then you can mix and match. Dev of this seems to really love chromatic aberration. Yes, absolutely. Oh gosh, okay, alright, everything's fine. So, okay, so here's my biggest problem with the game. It's pacing. It's so slow, and I don't know what the payoff for the game is yet. This is all just pretty rudimentary walking around and shooting. The item combo stuff is kind of interesting, but, is that enough to carry a game without really, building things around it? I don't think so, you know? I'm struggling to understand what the appeal of the game is. And that's not good. Like, you need the appeal of your game to be very observable in the first couple minutes, right? Like, ideally, from the capsule art, you should know, what is this game going to be doing for me, right? Hate the Shadows. Yeah, somebody else mentioned that, like, it's really weird that they're so crisp when the rest of the world is... I mean, the rest of the world isn't not crisp, but it feels not very crisp, right? Like, it's all... Nice. I'm so dead. It's all very tightly pixels, but it feels a lot more messy than this, right? Jeez, okay. Canned meat, thank you. Happily eat that. Just the way they move is weird. Yeah, I can see that. Ah! Blow up. Come on. And I just feel like I'm... Oh, I just walked into death. Okay. I feel like I'm just doing a whole bunch of kiting, you know? Oh, reach level 5 to unlock? I don't know that I want to, man. Like, I think this is my big problem is, like, I don't feel accomplishment when I get very far in the level. I don't feel a lot of empowerment because, like, I'm just shooting a normal little pistol at thing. Like, it doesn't feel very good. I mean, I guess I have some epic meaning, so, like, I'm trying to get home, but it's not, like, a lot. There's not a lot of uncertainty. It all feels very scripted and linear. So, I mean, maybe the levels are generated randomly, but, like, does that really feel special? I don't know. I'm not seeing what the reviews are talking about. Ape Out did a shadow effect like that, but I think it works way better. This game's a buy for me. Offgrid, I'm really curious. What are you seeing that's like, yes, I want this? Let's take a look at some of the reviews, because I'm really curious about what are people observing in this game that I am not seeing, and then also what could they have done to bring that further forward into the game. You're buying a hardcore roguelike that will demand the very best from your tactical survivalist self. How? I got no impressions that it was a roguelike. How is it a roguelike? Learn to kill your foes with your bare hands to conserve ammo that you'll need against the true threats, robots and assault rifle, wielding pixel mutants. Gameplay is lightning quick violence. You forget the games could be so unforgiving, but with teleglitch you remember. Beating this game is an accomplishment you'll be proud of. Okay, but like the gameplay doesn't make me want to beat it though. The gameplay just feels boring and dry. By level 5, you can't doubt the shots you're going to take. Every encounter with an enemy capable of shooting easily becomes a you or them situation. If you decide to save ammo at the start for later levels, you better be good with that knife. Normally, when you play this sort of game, you find yourself saving your good weapons and ammo for some hypothetical time of need that never seems to arrive. Until glitch, you will find that time. You will run out of ammo, and then you will die, usually around level 3. You're 2 pixels wide, and you'll fight 8x8 pixel robots whose sole existence is to murder you as soon as your 2 pixels enter the line of sight. I don't know. It just seems so slow. Jam Biscuit, hello. Welcome in. Good to see ya. I like these types of games. Zero Cyber was the game that made me start game dev. Oh, very cool, Off-Grid. Nice. I'm just seeing a lot of people saying, like, it's hard. And that doesn't work for me. I mean, clearly it's found some sort of audience. But, like, yeah, it does feel like a slog, Cubus. Still remains one of the best games out there. Many years have passed and I still haven't been able to beat it. Dude, it's too hard. Thumbs up. Look, the game isn't actually bad outright. It just doesn't deserve to be very positive rated on Steam and cost £13. I've beaten it entirely and it's just too poorly balanced with not enough variety or charm to make it worthwhile. That's kind of where I'm feeling. Like, I'm not seeing any variety or charm in it. It's just like, pick up your pistol and go fight. I mean, we'll try another run to see where it takes us, but Teleglitch shows promise. It effectively captures the high stakes, every bullet counts, lonely, fragile scientist trapped in hell vibe. However, it's wildly unbalanced and almost no mechanics are adequately explained to the player, forcing them to go trawling through old wikis and forums if they want to stand a chance getting past floor 3. Buy this game if it's on a steep discount or you're willing to put up with the total lack of in-game onboarding. Don't use any bullets on level 1, sure. Use ammo very sparingly until level 4. I mean, I kind of figured that was probably going to be the case. Mag shields are better than railguns, don't know what that means. Save your guaranteed minigun and ammo for the final boss, don't know what that means. COD Zombies, hello, welcome in. Use AGL ammo to open the secret rooms. Explosives are more worth for making puzzfaus. Always fight the 2 Warwalkers on floor 3 if they're an option, but don't take the shortcut teleport for floor 4 is worth going through for the ammo and chance at better items. Turn on the randomized loot starts and reroll runs until you get the bionic legs plus no gun start. It's by far the best one, and you only need the knife for the first floor anyway. DM me if you have any specific questions. I might be able to help. Wow. Title is honest. It's brutal roguelike combat where learning is dying. And yet defeating those nasty critters is so satisfying. That's what I'm missing. Beating the nasty critters just did not feel satisfying. Let's give it another shot. Let's see what happens here. Not recommended, but writes a whole tutorial. Sounds like a game where the meta progression is the knowledge you accumulate instead of having meta progression. As someone that hates in-game meta prog with a burning passion, sure, yeah. I mean, it's a roguelike instead of a roguelite, right? Like 100%. It definitely seems to be a roguelike more than anything. Okay. And then offers customer support. Yeah, it did seem like I'm going to balance this out sort of thing, because I don't think it deserves the final rating that it has, but I'm still going to say that I like it. Because I would have rated it positively, but I don't think it deserves to have everyone rating it positively. Negative reviewers hate watching the game. Oh my, this is many mutant zombie monsters. It's so weird because you don't hit directly in front of you, you hit to the side. It's very difficult to gauge. Okay. Okay, sure, let's go this way. What do we got here? Okay, great. Fasty Speedy McGee. I'm not gonna read the terminals, dude. It's so much lore. Also, I'm seeing a seam right here. I don't know if that means that the wall is broken or if it's just a graphical glitch. Oh. I thought that was a wall. I didn't know it was instant death. Okay, let's try it again. I will say, I don't know, maybe you unlock more variety the later you go. You start to get to the point where you kind of unlock more mechanics. But I don't know, dude. Gonna do some jousting. There we go. And is that a broken wall? I can't tell. Is that a secret? No. That's frustrating. If you're going to tell me that, broken walls are hidden walls and tell me to use a really precious resource on them, they better freaking be correct. Okay, computer. Oh, this spinning. All right, there we go. Okay. I'm just not seeing any variety here, you know? Can I actually hit things, please? I want to, because it seems like a lot of people really jive with it. Oh, jeez. I have no canned food on this one. Good. Perfect. Love it. Okay, that's instant death. Wait, hold on. Is this a room to explore? Yes. And what is that? Sticky grenade launcher. Okay. Whoop. Medkit. Yes. Heal me. Thank you. Why are the levels so big? I'm struggling to get into the vibe of this game, you know? In case that wasn't obvious. It feels like if you can get into the right headspace, then you could really enjoy this. I just seem to not be able to get into that headspace for whatever reason. Okay, found the teleporter. Okay. You never got into this game either, Lime Blossom. You own it? You tried it, though? Okay, continue. Probably got it from a bundle. Yeah, that would make sense. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Oh, the aiming is so awkward. Aim in the middle. Don't aim to the side of yourself. Who stabs a knife like this? Why? Why are you doing that? Jeez. All right, so just a big empty room. And like that feels bad. Like I walked all of this distance to just encounter an empty room. I have to imagine that's just the random level generation. Like, I don't know whether to ascribe this to like, I don't jive with this, or is it something that I just, was it a poorly created version of itself, or have we just progressed in a lot of ways? And I can't figure out the answer. All rooms don't need a purpose. It's true, but if you're gonna make me, if you're gonna make me walk all that space, it feels terrible to get to the end of a room and be like, well, that was pointless. That was a waste of my time. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, roguelikes are really good for respecting your time and giving you a ton of dopamine hits really quick, right? Like, I just upgraded my weapon, my gun, using hardware to an auto pistol. That was a cool little moment. Shoot. Like, now it does a lot. That's rad. Feels like I should be getting way more moments like that, right? And so when you're wandering and just the game is so slow, so slow regardless. Okay. Explode. Jeez. Okay. Ring around the rosy. Pocket full of knives. Let's go. Come on. Gosh. What are we doing here? There we go. I think this game is from before the roguelike boom of Slay the Spire. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think you're probably right, Lion Blossom. So that's what I'm trying to like figure out. Like, is it just, was it poorly conceived, or have we evolved and gotten better at game design, or has our concept of what a good game design is evolved since then, whether for better or for worse, you know? Because this definitely feels more campaigny than a roguelike does nowadays. And I get that we have the different sort of rooms we can enter, or the different like levels we can teleport to, and that's like fine. It just feels weird. Roguelikes used to be slow. That used to be the norm. I mean, that's fair, right? Like Rogue, you did not go through Rogue very quickly unless you were, you know, a pro at it. They need a zoomer update. like going, there's just so many dead ends. And the dead ends don't even necessarily like give you cool stuff. Like I don't want to explore any of the rooms. I just want to like teleport as soon as I can. And that feels really strange to me, right? Like it feels like I should want to explore. If you're going to make it so dangerous, then exploration should be incentivized in order to brave the dangers. But it feels like it's really heavily punished because combat is really fragile? I don't know. Easy to get hit on, and healing is sparse. So it feels like you don't want to go travel. Back in my day, sometimes there was no loot in the room. But this is what I'm talking about, like from a design perspective. Oh, jeez. Blast doors open. I don't know what that means. What were the blast doors? What were the blast doors? They've taken the hobbits to Isengard. Get them. No. How hard is it to avoid combat completely? I mean, yeah, let's take a look, right? Let's see. Let's see if we can just not engage in combat. I'll use nary a weapon. And that's the other thing, right? Combat feels very optional. Like, even if you shouldn't, it feels optional, right? Because I don't gain anything from combat. I actively lose things. So if we get lucky and we hit a teleport room, see, this is where we're going to have some troubles. Oh, jeez. I mean, we're definitely just running past a ton of this. And it looks like they can get trapped behind doors. Looks like they can definitely go through while the door is open, but I think we saw some of them get stuck behind a door that just shut on them. And this is what stopped me from trying to do, like, high difficulty Dead Cells stuff, is that on high difficulty Dead Cells levels, the solution was run past all the monsters, and that just feels terrible. Yeah, there we go. I beat a level without punching once. I don't know, it feels more exciting to not know what can come. If no rooms are empty, then I always know something will happen more exciting. And that's fair in Memphis, right? It's very fair. That's random reinforcement, essentially, right? That's conditioning, basic psychology. But the problem is when the reward that you get from that random conditioning is so sparse and so low stakes, then it doesn't feel good, right? If it were like 1 in every 10 rooms, I got some really cool weapon that totally changed how the game played or completely amplified my power, that's a different story. But like 1 in every 5 rooms, I'm finding like a can. So it feels like the pacing is off, you know? Wait, did it just boot me out? I didn't read that. Did it just kill me or something because I didn't do enough? Oh my goodness. Well, that's teleglitch. I think that's kind of one of those things that you'll probably know whether you like it or not at this point. We're going to jump off here. We have ads starting in just a couple minutes. We're going to run those. And then when we come back, we're going to do Cubist Dev's game, which is Peanut Cultist. There we go. We're going to take a look at this. Or excuse me, 100 dice. I need to follow Steve. Why am I not following Steve? Maybe it works more if the maps aren't generated but manually created and balanced. It could be. I mean, I think it's really just a matter of the values are off for me. Clearly, there were like 960 positive reviews, right? Clearly, people jive with it. Off-Grid Game Dev was like, hey, this is my jam. I get it. It's not enough for me. And if I'm going to take a cynical view of it, I'm going to say it's not that the game didn't take off because it just didn't get a fair shake. I'm going to say it just didn't reach a very broad audience because it didn't have those psychological feedback mechanisms that a broader market might be looking for. Those are my thoughts. Thank you, Daniel. My throat is getting a little dry. Appreciate it. Polygon, thank you for the resub. Hope your project is going well. I have no audio at the moment as I'm on a call planning for my game, but wanted to lurk and support. Well, thank you, Polygon. Thank you so much. Have a great call. All right. So with that, ads are starting in less than a minute. We're going to go do those, and then we'll jump back into 100 Dice. I'm really curious about this. Let's take a look. We'll go take a look in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. I've been thinking about it, and I think one of the big things for me about Teleglitch is that what they were trying to bank on was the feeling of accomplishment, and that getting all the way through is the accomplishment, and empowerment they weren't focusing so much on, right? If we looked at like a sort of an Octalysis type sort of concept, right? It felt like they were saying, look at all this. Look how hard this is. And like, it's really hard because we are limiting empowerment. We're limiting ammo. We're limiting all these things. And it was supposed to be this intersection that is supposed to create a whole lot of strength. But like, I don't like that. I like feeling empowered in games. And I like difficult games. I've played nearly every single From Software game all the way through to the end. I really like Ninja Gaiden. I adore my difficult games. But the differences in those other games, you feel much more empowered. You feel much more able to, and honestly, you feel ownership. I didn't feel very much ownership in Teleglitch. And really high scarcity, which was just kind of annoying. Some avoidance and like unpredictability was kind of like down here. Because I get that they were randomly generating levels, but like level layout in and of itself doesn't really do anything for me. You know, it's like, okay, this is just a different set of doors and hallways. Sure, whatever. So I think that was the difference for me, is they were banking on the type of player that's really going to enjoy this is like, yeah, I want to say I beat it. And that carries them through. That's kind of what I'm feeling about it. Okay, 100 dice. Not a game, but 60% UI. Tell me how it feels to interact with, and if you can find information where you expect it. Okay, so, okay, we're actually in it. Okay, first off, ridiculously tiny text. Cannot read that, worth a darn. That's a cool chart. Yeah, this is Octalysis. It's a cool gamification and game design framework made by Yukai Chao. We use it a lot here. It's not, it's not perfect. No model is perfect. Every model is wrong, but some are useful. I like it more than like, MDA, because I feel it has a lot more of the human element in it. But it's all just things that help us organize our thoughts. Can you do the Octo on Chill Seekers? Sure, yeah. Why don't we do that after we check out 100 dice? Is that okay, Lime Blossom? Can you stick around for that? Sir, you seem to drop your hat. Oh, Daniel, you're very right. I did. You're right. Full screen, bottom right, you need it. Okay, so here's the problem, Cubus. I can't full screen because my monitor is ultra wide. And so if I full screen, you're not going to be able to see anything on the stream, right? Shoot. Okay. Yeah, oof, for real. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna magnify it here. Yeah, exactly, Lime. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks for sticking around, Lime. We'll do Chill Seekers right after this. Okay. New update, implemented a new setting system to save your preferences between sessions. With that, I've also added a few options of customizing UI and dice behavior. Okay, so what is this? 100 Dice is a physics-based dice roller made to be fun to use while still providing all the information you could need. It means less manual calculation, more roleplay, combat, pizza eating, or just toying with virtual physical dice for you. I mean, cute. It's perfect for Warhammer games due to the amount of dice supported, but also works very well for D&D, Pathfinder, and all the wonderful games out there. I'm currently also working on dice syntax to make it even easier to use. I'm not totally sure what dice syntax means, like typing the amount of dice, like /R1d20, like that type of idea. I actually put a plush goose on my head to keep a good posture, sitting like that the whole time I'm here. There you go, Daniel. Okay. So I'm gonna get rid of that. So my eye first off is drawn to this big square, right? A high contrast. First off, good color palette. Feels nice. Okay, gotcha, Cubus. Okay, thank you. And then my eyes come over here to the different dice, right? So like, oh, okay, so I can have all these different dice. I see this as a placeholder. It's weird that it's 1 to me instead of 0, but I do like that there is placeholder text. Feels weird that they're so far distanced from the actual thing, right? Like, it feels like, for me, it would be nicer if that number and the dice picture, the icon, were closer together. So if we jump over here, blomp, okay, you, great. So either having the text over here, right? Or changing it up so that the icon is on the right. Oh gosh, I don't want to manually do that, but we'll do this. I don't want to like mask it all and everything and try and fix it because you kind of understand what I'm saying. I think delete those numbers and then shift this like off to the right and then do something like that, right? So we have the icons over there, and then that, and you know, you could even go full height with them like you do, and then have the thing over there, right? But it feels like pairing the number with the icon would be better. Wouldn't want to add 0 dice. Okay, so this is interesting. So this is an add. I thought if I typed in 1, I would have 1 dice. But it's not. Okay, so I can have... Oh, wow. And if it's going to be limited to 3 digits, we don't need all that space, right? That's all dead space. 100 dice. How many dice are... Okay. Delete. Abort. Oh, my goodness. Okay. There you go. Everything's fine. Okay, can I, like, click on them to delete them? I can click and drag to roll them. That feels nice. I can hit backspace. Can I hit delete? No, just backspace to get rid of things. What if I want to, like, get rid of... I guess I could just delete all of them and then retype in the thing and then add, right? Okay. So, here's the interaction pattern that I'm thinking, right? When I have the numbers constantly available to see here, it feels to me... Oh, I like that. The sucking it in and then doing it. Although the throwing feels a little bit weird, like it doesn't quite know when it's supposed to let go, maybe. That is great. I'd really like that interaction, that little micro interaction. When the numbers are constantly available, I feel like that is going to correspond to the numbers in here. Now, is it something that you learn and you're able to just like adapt fairly quickly? Yeah, of course. It's not the biggest deal. But if we're looking at ways to refine the experience so that it is just that much tighter and that much simpler, I would personally maybe hide this behind a menu. Have some sort of like add button, click add, and then slide this out, or have a modal or something, and then make your choices, then throw it in. Or tie them together so this is how much of each thing there are. But I mean, I get that that's tricky because, like, what if you want to just add 1 dice? Like, what if you want to roll with advantage, right? Now you just want to add 1 dice. It's kind of annoying to come in here and delete and, you know, delete 1, set to 2. You did say this is mainly used... The best usage for this is Warhammer and other, like, wargaming. That feels a little weird because you're going to be constantly changing how many dice are in here, right? Like, if I have my Phoenix Guard attacking, they're going to have a totally different set of dice, or number of dice, than a Blight King would, right? Sir Alex Grimm, hello, welcome in, good to see ya. So, like... I guess my question is, Cubus, have you been observing people using this? Because it could be I'm just crazy pants, but I would guess you would observe a lot of, okay, delete, type, enter, right? And that feels like an amount of steps too many. Also, the delete feels a little bit weird now, because, like, okay, so I've got some D12s, right? What if I set this like 123 and then delete? Because it's deleting, like, right next to this plus sign, it feels like it is going to delete this stuff that is here. Like, it feels a little bit off, right? I understand that it deletes everything now that I've kind of played around with it, but it doesn't feel like we're deleting everything. It feels like we're doing the opposite of adding that many of dice, right? Because it is in relation to it. It's actually how it worked in the first version. If you pressed add again, it would fill up to the limit or delete. Interesting. Got feedback to do it this way, but no, I haven't had the chance to observe. Okay, so that's the thing, right? Like, you go with the feedback of what people are saying, 100%. Because random guy on the internet is not your target audience. So definitely go with what your players are saying they would find. The big thing that I'm thinking, if you're going with Warhammer, right, then I want presets. I 100 billion want presets. I want to say, like, I want to make my preset for my Blight King, for my Phoenix Guard, for my Bright Wizard. I want to have and my Bright Wizard spells. I want presets for all these things, so I don't have to go through and like delete. Okay, how many dice does this guy have? 5 to hit. Okay. Oh, but like we have terrain advantage, so we get another one. Okay, like that makes sense. They don't do the same thing. Yeah. With this. So that's kind of my thoughts all around this. In my opinion, it could get a lot of refinement, but if that's how your players are doing it, side with the players. Side with the players 100%. Like I said, I do like that interaction. This is something that I haven't really looked at very much. I'm assuming, like, without looking at the numbers, really, I'm just going to tell you the gut thoughts of, like, what do I think this is? I think this is how many... Well, first off, I thought these were historical entries. So I thought, like, the last die roll, I got this. On this, the previous die roll, I got this, and then this is my current die roll. But then, like, observing it a little bit more, I'm thinking, no, I don't think so. I think that maybe this is, like, how... Like, I rolled 1d6 and 18 d12s. And this is telling me what those are. And then I guess it's summing up to that. Sum of all dice. And that's what the sigma is. Some ways you can kind of communicate that a little bit more. Unless you really need that breaking out to be a lot more apparent. I think there's some treatments we can do here to communicate that relationship better. If I can get my keyboard shortcuts correctly. So if we shorten these lines, then this starts to feel more subordinate, right? And then if we make the text larger, and you don't even need to go all that much larger, and then like bold it, right? All of a sudden, this is feeling a lot more Control-M. Oops. And then send you to the back, grab our mask, shove you over, make a new block, right? Like, you kind of get the idea from here, right? Move this over. Because I don't know why we're moving it off to the side like we are, or into the middle. Maybe there's a good reason for it, but that seems weird to me. Like, this, all of a sudden, communicates a much more clear hierarchy, especially if we are able to shrink this down, right? Shrink that down. Color, and then let's do another mask. Control-M, and then we're gonna bring our thing back, go into the back. Okay, great. Mask it out. And then how big did I make that? 22? Yeah, like 24 seems reasonable. Oops. Oh, and I'm seeing now, this is the amount of dice that was rolled, and this is what the result was. Okay, the sum of all those dice. This feels like a clickable thing. Can we click it? Yes. Okay, so we can see the distribution of all of them. Interesting. Okay. So we get 2 of the value 4. We got 4 of the value 9. Okay. Okay. I feel like this could also use some visual treatment. Hold on. Presets are what I need dice syntax for, though I guess I could still do it with less features. Gotcha. I think having those numbers on the bottoms of the screen instead of top right would be better. Like having them along the bottom here. I could possibly see that. The spacing here and on the left is kind of hard to adjust since it's tied to the UI elements on the bottom. Good points, though. Interesting. What UI elements on the bottom? These UI elements on the bottom? So some positives here about this layout is that you've got it kind of lining down from the icon up there. We have a question mark? Oh, is that like it's on a corner so we don't know which it is? That's hilarious. Um, I almost want to do something like this. Oops, did I mess up my mask? There we go. Okay, back. Uh, I almost want to make the no, darn it, wrong keyboard shortcut. The die faces down here, right? Right? And so then you have those die faces down there rolling all the way down. And I think that would be more communicative than what we have right now. Okay, actually, hold on. I can make this better, faster. Group. And then do this, and then we can adjust the spacing a lot more easily. Okay. All right. Like, is that making sense? Like, if this were a question mark and everything. Because it took me a little bit to figure out, like, how do I read this? How do I see which die roll is... Which of these is the die roll and which of these is the occurrence of it, right? And then also that space between is also rough for the same reasons. Yeah, top left to bottom left since they're caught in the same VBox container. Interesting. Okay. Not sure if it's easier to read at a glance, though. I mean, the color contrast is a little bit off. Yeah, exactly, Sir Alex. Yes, exactly. The contrast is a little bit off. You'd have to kind of futz around with that. So you could either like go darker, or you could go lighter instead, or go darker on here. Oh, anyways, you get the idea, right? Exactly. It's just the font color. So, I mean, I guess you did have you've got this as our color, right? Oops. So all of a sudden that reads a lot better, but I think that would increase your scannability of this. This feels like rough because there's so much distance between each thing, and my eyes are going back and forth, and it's hard for me to retain in memory even just from that distance, right? So once again, if we scoot all this in, create a more hierarchical presence, because the die, like the D6 is bigger than Sigma, it feels like Sigma is subordinate to the D6, right? Which is not the case. It's the opposite relationship, right? So some ways to kind of tighten that up, bring that relationship more into play. Heck, you could even play around with things a lot, actually, in order to communicate that relationship. I'm not necessarily doing it in the best way. There are many, many ways you could do this, but just to play around with some ideas, this is kind of what we have right now, but what if we change that opacity, right? So now this feels more subordinate, right? We could change the colors and bring it up in opacity. Well, I'm going to cut all that off just so we can kind of see this in isolation. We can keep the same color. Actually, we're going to have to bring it back, aren't we? Okay, we can keep it the same color, but then change the outline. So there we go. And then inside and stroke style like dash, right? We can make it a dash or something, right? Another way to kind of communicate that. And then we could even try extending it back out again to be full width. right? So there's a lot of different visual ways you can try and communicate, hey, this is the final substantial number, these are the subordinate numbers. Okay. Very cool. Now, I've left this for last because it's kind of the thing my brain tackled last. It's like this whole big, lots of stuff that kind of feels like the rubber band drawer of options, right? And like, I didn't want to have to deal with it. So now we have add last. And okay, this is kind of cool that the icon changes based on what you have added last. Let me delete everything. I'm kind of curious how this functions. So if I add a D4 and I click add last, then we add that D4, right? But if I do like add 5 D4s, is it going to add 5 more D4s? No, it only adds 1 D4. That's interesting. That's not how I would have expected that to function, because we have this heavy emphasis on this add functionality, right? There's this hard, like you have to click add. Oh, we have clear dice. That's nice. I understand why this is here, and I think it's a good idea. I just wonder if there's a better way to communicate it, because you've got the icon there, and that's good. We do have a little bit of distance problem here, right? And I know it's trying to like maintain a full column, but having this left aligned and then the text kind of center aligned in this space is a little awkward. If we could bring them closer together somehow, that'd be great. Like if you could just say, maybe even instead of add last, maybe a word could be add. You could just say add, right? And then people will kind of figure out, oh, this is adding the last type of dice, or clone, or create, or quick add, or something like that, right? I've also got a way more complex layout that I'll have to post on the Discord soon for the dice syntax, since it needs to cover multiple dice types in one roll, calculations between them, amounts, rerolls, discards, and constants too. Yeah, I mean, like, Roll20 has done a pretty good job on this recently. They have really been amping up their UX work. They were like silent on the UX front for a very long time. But recently, they've been really pushing out a lot of really cool updates. Let me pull this up here. As just, not to say this is what you should do, but just as an example that you've honestly probably already looked at. Let me bring this up. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So we've got our dice tool over here, right? We have all of our different dice options. We can select our grid of 2 through 6 of any of these. A fudge. I don't know what a fudge is. Oh, plus, minus, or 0. So it's almost like a binary one. Interesting. And then it spits out the syntax, so you can kind of see how it is that they are doing that, right? I'm curious what inline dice means. Interesting. Huh. I don't quite know what that does. And then we have our advanced roller, right? And this is where we start getting into the big boy stuff. So we have our last 10 rolls. We can do our advanced roll where we can say, hey, I need this to be 115. And then we can increase all of this, play with our modifiers, all that fun stuff. They also allow you to type all of that, right? And so this is the syntax for typing out that formula that I just did. So they do some interesting things to kind of support both of those and tie them together. That may be of interest. Clear dice. I like that this is here. I almost would have expected this up here, like as another entry, right? Clear dice being close to the dice would make sense. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. All this sort of stuff. Like that. Yeah. Absolutely. Roll all. Oh, so I don't have to click and drag. I can just say roll all. Oh, well, that's boring, but also very utilitarian and probably a good idea. I like that you can click it to send it up into the sky. That's good. I like that. If I were building this on Steam, I would have an achievement for making the dice go completely into the sky so you can't see them. That is a fun little toy now. Because of the extra bounce, it feels funny. Okay, and I was going to say, this is updating too quickly. If this is telling me the like number that I'm going to get when I let go of this, that's bad. But since it's live updating as it goes, totally cool. Lock valid. What are valid dice? Roll invalid. Are those like the, hold on. If I do a bunch of these. Okay, so we have a bunch in the question marks. If I lock valid and then roll, yeah, it looks like I'm just getting the, okay, gotcha. That, I'm surprised there's like 3 different buttons to deal with this, but I get it. It's just a little strange to me. Like I'm wondering, do we need this many buttons or two different buttons to do this? Lock valid and roll invalid. I don't know. Maybe I can kind of see it. You know. I'm also curious how often invalid dice crop up. Also, if you have an invalid dice, I do think you need some sort of flag to say, hey, this is not a full and complete roll. There is one of these invalid dice rolls in here. Now that I think about it, that's like really dang important. Because I could completely change the course of the campaign if I get an inaccurate dice roll, right? So we definitely need some sort of flag to say, hey, over here, danger. There's stuff that isn't done yet. You need to go figure it out. I think you need more space. Good feedback, though, that you haven't done that yet. I need more space. Oh, wait. Isn't this just zooming in and out? And then this. Ooh, look at all this. Show D4 input. Oh, okay. So you can turn on and off, and there's your syntax command. You can change the colors. Oh, that's very nice. I almost think you should surface that. With the way people treat their dice, I think you need to surface this way earlier. Don't have it hidden behind a menu. Ugh, God. What is all that? Jeez. Have it like up here with a paint can or a paintbrush or something. Like, show that off. People will play with that forever. Okay, we're in ads. We'll be right back. Even an ad roll? Ad roll, Cubus? Okay. Oh, dear. Okay. So, yeah. Definitely surface the dice painting. Billion, trillion %. This settings menu is very strange, I'm not going to lie. I don't know why we're like, why are these in different menu things? Like, are people going to be going to general settings so often that they don't want to see this, but just want to see general settings? Like, just combine these, man. Combine these, put this in its own interface, in its own thing up here, and then you only have this one thing, right? Help me out down at the bottom, general settings up here, and there you go. there's your menu. And then you click X instead of clicking off. Click X to close the menu, or click off, I guess. But none of this, like, halfway hiding things. I don't see any reason why that exists. You may have a good reason for it to exist. I, as a consumer, don't see it. So if there is a good reason, I'd love to hear it. I just wanted to build windows. I have no memory of why I made it this way. Oh, hilarious. Oh my gosh. So yeah. Combine these, throw dice settings into a stylistic thing up here. Big win. Big win for usability right there. All right. Allow locked dice to move. Oh, they can move but not rotate. Good tool tip. Let's see. You can probably shorten that text to just be locked dice can move. Invert resize scroll, invert zoom scroll, and gravity. Gravity slider's fun. I like that. Let's play around with that. What's this gonna be like? Okay. And then what's like no gravity? Whoa, very floaty. Okay. Gravity feels not super impactful, but that's fun, right? And if your whole thing is like, I want this to be a dice toy, right? Also, good little toast message down there. You might be able to make that a little bit bigger and have it up here so people actually notice it more. I don't know. I just barely noticed that myself. I seem to have broken it, maybe? Okay. So if we do this, and then exit out, there we go. There's our save there. Simon Game Dev with the raid. Hello. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Welcome in. Someone complained about the bounciness of the dice. Gravity solved. Interesting. Simon, how was your stream? Nectos, good to see you. Pixelated, good to see you. How was your stream? How's Simon Says doing? What are we doing? How was the stream today? We're doing all sorts of analysis today. We are checking out Cubist Dev's little project here of a dice roller on itch called 100 Dice, which is very neat. Kind of talking about using my previous product design experience to kind of talk about, well, what are some ways we can kind of enhance this experience a little bit. Someone complained about the bounciness of the dice and gravity solved it. I think that's a good idea, and frankly, I don't think you should stop there. Like, if your whole thing is a dice roller made to be fun to use, then you need to, in my opinion, you got to amp up the fun, right? Like, have a gravity slider here, have a bounciness slider here, have different materials for the dice. Like, have some of the dice be sticky or something, you know, or magnets, or repel each other, you know, get a little wild. Have pits that the dice will, like, fall into, portals that shove them in different places, you could go all sorts of places. Have little, like, gremlins on the board that get squished when the dice roll over them, right? Like, all sorts of cool things you could do. But if your first line, dice roller made to be fun, I think you got to amp up the fun, in my opinion. And you're hiding the fun behind these settings. This is fun. This is fun right here. People are going to spend a lot of time on this. People are going to make dice themed to their D&D character or themed to their army's paint scheme. People are going to play with gravity. There's a whole lot that could be done there. And I understand that's a huge scope, right? That's not like an easy thing. But the easy thing would be move gravity out, move dice settings out. 100 billion%, in my opinion. Pixelated, thanks so much for the follow. Good to have you here. Still meant to be useful while being fun? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But this is what you're selling people on. A physics-based dice roller made to be fun to use, while still providing all the information you could need, right? So maybe I'm going a little too far, but if your selling point, if the way you're marketing it is a dice roller that is fun to use, this to me isn't screaming fun to use. This is screaming like nice and polished and convenient and good. I don't get fun out of this, right? Although that micro interaction of all the dice zooming up, although for some reason it like kind of breaks every now and again on me. That's nice, but like it's just one thing. So that's my opinion, right? I think if you're selling it as fun, it's got to be more fun. Easy wins for fun, right there, right there. Always fun to see my community and 4 cookies consumed, but 51 push-ups to balance it out. Yeah, if each cookie is like 120 calories and each push-up is like 5 calories, maybe? Does that balance each other out? Yeah, kind of about. Yeah, especially if you're keeping your heart rate up. Yeah, no, that sounds good. Very cool. Welcome on in, Simon. Good to see ya. Welcome in, all the raiders. So that's kind of where we're at right now, you know? I don't know. Cubus, any other thoughts, any other questions, anything else you wanted us to talk about that we haven't gotten to yet? It's also a little bit weird that, like... Oh! I didn't know... Shoot. I thought these were the same thing. I thought those were the same things. I didn't know this was zoom in, zoom out, change, play space area. So definitely add some, like, space between these, right? Are these two different too? I thought these were the same thing too. Oh, there's a whole thing. The math rocks. Randomly flick it. A locked dice, an invalid dice. It's just a normal die, but you know it doesn't sit right. Funny. Funny writing. Funny writing. Okay, and so we've got our explanation. Okay. Quit full screen escape ×2. Interesting. How you got here. Okay. See while what's focused? Oh. So if I can do this. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I can press C while I'm in the field in order. See, I never would have guessed that. That's interesting. Can I click off and then do C? Yeah. Because it has all. Will it only delete the things that are highlighted? No, those are dice that are still rolling? Question mark? Okay. Oh. Hold on. Okay, so C will delete what I have highlighted, what field I'm in. But if I press C while not in a field, it will delete everything. Got it. Okay, all right. C is a little bit of a weird choice, at least in English. I would have expected like D or delete or something, you know? I told him if he'd continue eating cookies and doing push-ups that wouldn't prevent diabetes. It will, yeah, so that's your blood sugar and everything, right? So there are more aspects to health than calories in and calories out. I guess I compared the fun, mostly of interaction, with the existing rollers. I'm kind of curious what you mean, because like Roll20 has 3D dice that you can throw around and stuff. I'm curious what you're referring to there. Made amazing pixel art. Oh, very cool. Nice. That's awesome. Lazy mouse users, so there are a lot of hotkeys. Very cool. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it. Delightful. Okay. And I don't think hotkeys are bad by any stretch. I mean, it's definitely gearing more towards power users, but that's just fine. Pixelated, you got it. Oh, okay. Let's go with our Explorer hat. Let's do the Explorer hat. All right. There we go. Rehan Halal, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. Had the whole amount on each press. Like, this is very specific, right? Which is good, because I know what happens when I press this button now. But I am curious, like, how do I not add the whole amount on each press? Like, that's two different conditions. I'm wondering, are there ways to, like, break that? Like the general vibe of the project, I especially like when the dice clump together. Yes, absolutely. And it does feel good, right? Like, and I don't, like, I've talked about this all the time. This sort of, like, calling together the dice. That is a nice feeling, and how there's, like, a bit of a radius on it. I feel like Magneto, you know, or I'm assembling a dice golem. That feels cool, right? Yeah, okay. Cubus, that's, I think I'm kind of running out of things to say. I like the color palette of this. If you can change the dice colors, I also want to change the interface and the background colors, I will say. But other than that, also, oh, this is just to get rid of the toast. Okay, you can't see the toast. I'm in front of the toast. Anything else you were hoping to get feedback on or thoughts on or anything like that? Chat's broken on my laptop. Shoot. So yeah, anything else, Cubus, that you were looking at trying to get some thoughts on? We talked about kind of communicating the information hierarchy a little more clearly, maybe making things a little more scannable, grouping things closer together to make it more easy to read. I think it mimics the tactile experience of shaking them around before rolling. Yes, and I always love it when something lets me do that. I have a couple of dice rolling apps on my phone, and anytime I don't get the physics of just rolling the dice, I'm always sad. Always sad. So it feels good. And like, once again, in order to amp up that fun, you don't even need to go all the crazy routes that I suggested. You can even like start to just build juice into it, right? So like clicking and holding, we get like a radius expanding sort of thing with VFX. And, make it just feel good instead of like integrating any sort of game mechanic or anything into it, right? There's all sorts of interesting things that can be done. Programmer Jeff, hello! Good to see you, friend. How are you today? How are you doing? Think you got pretty much everything? Sounds too. I'm scared of dynamic sounds. Yeah, I can see that, Cubus, for sure. Like, especially if you get on max or minimum value, and especially if you start bringing in syntax to allow you to say, like, over a value, like, I need to get over a 12 in order to accomplish this thing, then all of a sudden you've got great opportunities for cool effects to happen, right? I'm still thinking that is he ignoring the chat or chat is delayed. I don't follow, Rayon. Do you really need 100 dice? Yes. Just got home from work. Right on, Programmer Jeff. Right on, right on. Glad you're here. Sometimes it's hard to see what the dice actually rolled. I think a lot of that may be the colors that I've assigned. These are custom colors. So if we go, hyper contrast. I mean, that's a good point, though, Risky Biscuit. When you get to that point, you could even throw a shader on this and have the top-facing face be brighter than the others, glow, or have the others become more dulled or something. That's a thing that could happen. You do have this chart here we talked about, and ways to kind of experiment with it, but yeah. I can see needing 99 dice, but 100... That may be one dice too many. Which I just topped. Yeah, I can understand that. I think after a while, you'd probably start going over here, especially when you get a lot of dice. In your Warhammer or something, you're not going to be reading all this. You're just going to say, like, okay, what did I get? And this is good because, like in Warhammer, right? If I have freaking 80 D6s, I'm not summing them up. I don't care what the sum is. I just want to know how many got above a certain threshold, right? How many wounds did I get? I played a round of Warhammer 40k, Orcs versus Necrons. I needed like 100 dice, 120 dice once. Hilarious. For the back, it looks like you've got some greenish dreadlocks. These are my Cthulhu tentacles. Blah, 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 blah. That's the Warhammer breakdown. There you go. I have to be counting on the side to tell me the total of such results. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Okay. Well, there you go. That's 100 dice. Cubus, that was a really cool project. Thank you for building this. Thank you for sharing it. I think you're making something really rad. I can't wait to see how it continues to grow and develop. Yeah, for sure. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thought it was a frog. Interesting idea on the shader. Wondering if I can do that. Yeah, and I have no clue what 3D shaders look like. I am just barely beginning to learn about 2D shaders, but I don't know. It's something to explore, something to think about. And once again, that would amp up the fun factor without like having to bring in, all sorts of weird stuff, right? It's been 2 years since I touched it. Getting back is tough. Yeah, for real. For real. Oh, Cubus, bless you. Thanks for showing this. Highlighting the top face would be a total game changer. Yeah. I agree. And honestly, even a way to do this in kind of a cheaty way is to have these dice have frosted edges, right? Does that make sense? Dice frosted edges. I want to see if I can like find something that will... Yes, this thing. And this guy, I followed this guy on YouTube. He does crazy stuff. That line there, right? That gold line would help legibility a lot. If there was just even a lighter shade of the color you're applying to it along the edges to help define which edges those are, that would help a lot. Add palettes customizations. Well, you can already, you can change the dice color and everything. Saw that video with the amethyst. I know, isn't this guy friggin' rad? This guy does such cool stuff. Oh my goodness. It is craftsmanship what that guy does. Cool. All right, Cubus, thank you so much for submitting that. That was awesome. Thank you very much. Okay. Right on. This has been a lovely Thursday. You know, we've gotten a lot done today. We finished Chill Seekers. Hooray. Go team. We did it. We played Teleglitch from a random game from my backlog for the channel point rewards. Thank you. I think it was Mothman Centaur that redeemed that. Then we took a look at 100 Dice and talked some UI and interaction design. That was super cool. That was rad. I loved that. Yeah, Cubus. Hold on. I can do that. There we go. That way it goes into YouTube as well. This is a demo I want to check out. Grimdark Survivors, by the way. Next Fest is coming up. There's all sorts of stuff I want to go check out. Good point. I also tried myself add modeling and shading some fancier custom dice, but that's really not my expertise. Yeah, I can definitely get that. Cubus, I have someone that I've gotten in touch with recently. They were like a junior dev, but their specialty was technical art. And I bet they'd be willing to kind of toy around with things with you if you'd like. I could put you in touch if you'd like. Like I said, they're not super long in their career, but it is their specialty. So, you know, they may have some thoughts. Let's go ahead and do a raid, shall we? Should we raid into someone? Let's raid into someone. You know, I don't think we've raided into Tom in ages. Should we raid into Tom? I think we should raid Tom. With an incorrect title. Second day as a full-time indie game dev? Come on. Critique so long I got all my points back. Good. I forgot your request. Oh, Lime, you're so right. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, before we raid, thank you so much, Lime. I 100% forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Each of these requests takes so long that it's really easy for me to forget it. I need to get a queue built out so that I can tick through things. I wanted to mention I really valued the feedback you gave the other day for my project. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm already drafting new systems to simplify things. That's awesome, Queen Anne. I can't wait to see it. That's so great. Oh my gosh. Thank you for submitting that. That was so rad. Okay, let's do Chill Seekers. I'm going to grab our Steam link for Chill Seekers. Chill Seekers demo store page. Click. And in case you wanted to play Chill Seekers, a delightful little tile sliding game is how I conceptualize it. Trying to get penguins into the water. Honestly, Lime, you got to redo your capsule art because this is doing you a bunch of disservice. The game itself looks so much cleaner than that does. Like, Jiminy. Right? Like, if I come here, that looks way better than your capsule art. Like, tremendously better. Okay. With that little, nitpick out of the way, I'm gonna throw this down here just because it looks better. Okay. Good feedback. Thanks. Yeah. Appreciate it so much. I'm glad, Queen Anne. I'm glad. Faded text is a big no-no. Yeah. Okay. So let's do some Octalysis here. So, let me grab my circle because I did not prime my iPad before starting the stream. And I don't want everyone to have to go through the really long Figma line. Okay, so let's make this a cool blue. Epic Meaning. Epic Meaning, not a lot. It's a puzzle game. This happens very frequently with puzzle games. A puzzle game is conceptualized with this really cool mechanic, something that really engages the brain of the developer, and that's it. So not everything can be a braid. That's fine. Not everything has to be super deep story, right? It's fine. Empowerment. This is always tricky for me. Because in puzzle games, restricting the empowerment you give to the player is a key part of the experience. There is no breaking the game in a puzzle game, right? There's only finding the solution. Reminds me of Bad North from the layout of the puzzles. Interesting. Capsule art is actually pretty similar too. Oh, interesting. So I think you're a little under empowered, but I don't know. I almost want to put it in the middle because there's a lot of hidden mechanics here, right? There's hidden ideas of like getting the seal and the penguin to bump into each other but not get eaten, right? There's a lot of stuff you kind of pick up as you play the game that you're like, oh, that's been there the whole time. I just didn't know about it. And I'm actually kind of curious if I could go back and play the earlier puzzles and have easier solutions now knowing those mechanics. I don't know. That's something to think about. Next time I get you to play my game, I should make you do this too. I'd love to, Risky Biscuit. Absolutely. Whenever you'd like. I know you're pumping out updates like crazy to it. Social influence. Yeah, I mean, it's a puzzle game. We do this every time we do a puzzle game. Not a lot of social influence in most puzzle games beyond just thank you. Actually, hold on. That one's empty. Let me do this one. Thank you. Perfect. Not a lot of social influence in puzzle games. Kind of by nature, right? There's a reason a lot of puzzle games aren't streamed because they're very difficult to watch. It's just slow. It's hard to provide meaningful commentary while you're playing a puzzle game. And then when people play the puzzle game on the stream, now the people that have been observing the stream have played the puzzle game effectively, right? Like they have gone through in their minds and played it. So it's rough in that regard. You want to get story and intro update first before getting you in again. Okay, right on. I can't wait for it. Cannot wait. Unpredictability. Very similar to a lot of puzzle games, the most unpredictability comes through in the what level is next, right? And I think that's okay because you don't really want unpredictable mechanics in your tight grid-based puzzle. If things randomly happened on here, yay or nay, I get pissed. It's like, no, jeez. Like when I had to try and reload to see, like, wait a minute, is the seal eating this thing when they fall down? Is that a bug or not? And reloading, that's a huge pain. So you don't really want a lot of unpredictability in this. I'm gonna scooch it down a little bit. Maybe there could have been more unpredictability in like some of the mechanics or the ways that you interacted with the level. Like there was only snow and ice, right? And then penguins and seals. And those were kind of the four elements of the game. So if you wanted to say like, we're going to make this a really widely popular game, yeah, okay, introduce some more mechanics, make something a little more punchy. But like, for what this is, I think this is perfectly fine. It's a tight little puzzle game that does exactly what it's supposed to do. It doesn't necessarily overstay its welcome. Keeping others hydrated and forgetting to drink myself. Be right back. You got it, Daniel. Unpredictability from level design. Exactly, Cubus. Exactly. That's the whole source of unpredictability. Avoidance, boy, kind of, like, it's not a ton, right? There's not a whole lot you're trying to avoid, which is interesting. Most of the level is safe, except for the seals and dead ends. That's really awful. And I will say, it sucked getting a penguin eaten by a seal, because I now had my puzzle state invalidated. I could not finish the puzzle and move on. I just wanted to instant restart, and I couldn't. And so, like, anytime getting a seal to eat something was like, oh, I have to go all the way up to this big, all the way up to the restart button. I'm glad the restart button is big and chunky. You on stream couldn't see it because of the full screen thing, but that was at least good about that. Scarcity, very scarce, right? It's kind of the counterpart of empowerment, right? The limitation in how you can move things, of line of sight, right? That was really interesting. Of orthogonal directions minus backwards. That minus the backwards part, I think, really made this game the puzzle game that it is. If it weren't for the blindness towards the back, I think the game would fall apart. That is like the corner, it's the keystone of the arch, right? In my opinion. Ownership, my version of Chill Seekers is going to be the same as everybody else's version of Chill Seekers. This is, once again, the counterpart of social influence. where those two things are kind of in conflict with puzzle games because how do you make a puzzle game individualized when the puzzles are very tight like this, right? This isn't like a Breath of the Wild where you have just kind of, or a D&D session where you have this vague goal and then the players have all sorts of different tools to try and accomplish it. It's like, no, these are the mechanics, this is the puzzle. How do you personalize that? That's rough. Need hat unlocks, yeah. And then accomplishment feels pretty good. Like, getting that last level was great. I mean, you saw my reaction, right? I took a step back. My hands were in the air. Every time that I figured out one of those puzzles, it was great. Most of the time. Some of the times, I think someone posted in Discord of that feeling of like, oh, I solved this and I don't really know how. That's when accomplishment kind of falters a little bit. But most of the time, it felt pretty good. And I did like that I could kind of pseudo brute force things a little bit, you know? Not a lot. There's not a lot, unless you're really patient. There's not a lot of great ways to brute force the game. But you could kind of feel like you could a little bit and play around with it a lot. And I liked that. So that's kind of where I would put Chill Seekers right now. And for what it is, I think it does its job well. Depending on the price, right? Depending on the price of how this launches, I think it does exactly what it's supposed to do. And I think that's just fine. If we wanted to explore ways to like improve the experience and maybe diversify the market, maybe look at ownership, maybe look at unpredictability, like I said, bringing in those other things, making things more accessible with keyboard shortcuts or when seals eat the penguins, making sure that allows for a quick restart or something. All of these little things to kind of just tighten up the experience a little bit. Maybe unpredictability with the extra mechanics and everything. Maybe each time you go to a new world, it's not just the level layout, the level design enforces a new mechanic, but instead is like, now there's a new thing. Like in World 1, it's the thing we know. And then in World 2, now there's geysers. And then in World 3, now there's volcanoes. And in World 4, stuff like that, right? If you really wanted to boost it up. So, but that's only if you're looking for like, how do I make this a more commercially viable thing? In the sense of like expanding the market out more and more. And then of course, updating that capsule art and the Steam page and everything. That being said, I think this does exactly what it should do. I think it's great. And thank you for sharing it, Lime. Cubis. Here's a great little video by GMTK on how Jonathan Blow designs their levels. Basically exploring the rules and finding the quirks, then making levels to teach the players all the nooks and crannies of the rules. Nice. Very cool. Got a penguin game if you want to market it. Embrace Newt meme. I'm unfamiliar with Newt meme. Oh dear. $12 million views. There you go. There you go. You'll also want some visual variety if you want to appeal on some. We've talked a little bit about the visuals. Teleport, my God. Oh my goodness. Okay, right on. Yeah, you're very welcome, Lime Blossom. I hope that's helpful in some way. I hope it's at least interesting. I found it interesting. Doing these for puzzle games is always hard because Octalysis doesn't really accommodate for puzzle games very well. In the sense that it also doesn't accommodate for things like Elden Ring, because yes, it brings in a lot more of the humanity aspect than things like mechanics and design and aesthetic do, and these other frameworks. It's still missing, like, what is that emotional throughput? And if you're making the most logical of puzzle games, you're still selling an emotion. That's what you're selling, that feeling of being logical and of accomplishment, right? And Elden Ring is selling like that feeling of mystery, and Dark Souls have that big through emotion of mystery that drives the player forward in a lot of ways, and this doesn't account for that. So, take it for what it's worth. Give it bad north weather. Level selection screen also could use some improvements. Meat Boy is an excellent example. I could see that. Okay. All right. Right on. Dice roller, Octalysis, unpredictability through the roof, nothing else. Well, it's not true. You can talk social influence, right, with your personalization, everything. Ownership with your personalization. Empowerment, it lets you actually play the games. Unpredictability, yeah, through the roof. Accomplishment, frankly, you know, you roll your 20 in the right moment. No, it's not necessarily like you feel like you've done good in 100 dice, but you do feel a huge sense of accomplishment, and that is tied to your product. So, you know, that's something worth considering, right? If I had the skills, I'd have many stories between worlds. I could see that, for sure. I could definitely see that. Okay. Brilliant. Hey. We're gonna go raid Tom now. Thanks for the streaming critique. You're so very welcome, Cubis. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out and listen to the mad ravings of a person on the internet with 3 hats on and a baby strapped to his chest. It's been absolutely lovely. I've had a great time. Thank you for making a day a much more fun day. Thank you. Appreciate you all. That being said, for all of you who are new in the channel, we are a charitable enterprise. Fox Hollow Games is a charitable enterprise that helps people enter the game industry. So if that sounds like a good time for you, we do all sorts of analysis on the stream, as you've been seeing. We do our own game dev. We're working on a superhero dexterity roguelite. And we have a game jam coming up in July, so make sure you mark your calendars. With that being said, we're all going to go hang out with Tom, who's a lovely individual and making a great tycoon game about food carts on a bridge with normal New Yorkers working on it. And we will we'll jump over there, and we will see you next time.